How dare you? How dare you? Talking shit. See what I have to put up with, everyone. Ashley giving me grief.
What Ashley
over
has
things.
to put up with on a regular basis.
A regular fucking basis. I don't know how you apply for sainthood, but her ornery ass might get it having to deal with me on a regular basis. Hey everyone, we're fucking live. Welcome to the goddamn show. I'm Chuck. You're watching the Defenders of Cobalt. And we are going to make a mess again out of the DeadLands rules as we run one of my favorite adventures, The Last Will and Testament of Obediah Felkner. Great little one-shot, and yeah, from Thick Skull Adventures. Great little company. Go check them out. But yeah, we're going to play a Western game. So let's do a little introduction. I guess we're going to go alphabetically, because that's how I've got it laid out. Ashley.
Yes.
Who the fuck are you playing?
I'm playing Lucretia O'Shea. She is a amateur occult like studier.
Researcher.
Researcher. Whatever.
Uh-huh. And if you had to pick an actor to play your character in a live action motion picture, who the fuck would you pick?
Rachel Weisz.
Where do we know Rachel Weisz from?
Why are you doing this to me?
Because the viewers might not know.
Well, that's what Google's for. From The Mummy as Evelyn O'Connell.
There we go.
So doesn't everyone have the IMDb app?
Right. They should know you by now.
All right. Moving on down the road, we have Jamie. Jamie, who the fuck are you playing?
I'm playing Goldie May. She's an ancient old lady who looks like she's 1,000,000 years old. She knows the truth of the universe. Secrets.
All the damn secrets. Now, who would you pick to play Goldie May in a live action?
I had it pulled up. Linda Porter, who is the old woman from Superstore.
Myrtle from
The old
Superstore.
granny from Superstore, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Myrtle, yep.
All right. Last but not least, Jen, who are you playing?
I'm playing Winona Ryder, a somewhat sketchy and questionable widow that traveled out west.
Is Winona a serial widow?
No, is she?
Well, it's up to you.
Black Widow.
Awesome.
And who would play Winona in your live action movie?
I've been definitely channeling some Samantha Robinson from The Love Witch. Really good movie.
There we go. Very cool. So, the year is 1869. Shit happens in places during this time period, but we don't need to go into that because you find yourself in a law office in Los Calientes, California. The lawyer, flanked by the widow, the muscle, and the madam, stand over a well-dressed dead body lying in repose. Despite appearances to the contrary, let me shift this over here real quick. Now, as the lawyer speaks, I'm sorry I missed that. Now, despite appearances, that turned out as totally Christopher Walken's. I don't know what the fuck it is with you three, but I lose my ability to do accents. Now,
you didn't have an ability.
Despite the appearances to the contrary, the lawyer says as he gesturing to the mottled corpse in front of you, all of you may safely trust that Mr. Felkner fell to his death a mere 2 days prior. Now, old Obediah Felkner, one of the most prosperous landowners, it's Los Castores, that's the name of the place, in Los Castores, lies half covered on a table, looking like a strip of lean jerky stuffed into a new suit. His pockmarked skin, it's withered, and his hair is yellow and brittle like straw. You can't be sure if it's due to the twilight streaming through the window or the illness which claimed his life, but his skin seems to have turned a ghostly shade of purple. You recognize this lawyer and those who surround him, but the others called into his office with you are mere strangers that you've seen around town. Now, the three of you are strangers in this. You don't know each other. This is the first time you're meeting. In response to your puzzled gaze, the bespectacled lawyer announces Now, Mr. Felkner has genuinely, fucking Christ, generously bequeathed each of you with a substantial grain of land, as well as making you all partial owners in his quicksilver mine. Now, could it be true? If it is, that would be worth a fortune. You all would be set for life. Now, however, he gives you a warning. Before such largesse can be acclaimed, a rather frivolous condition must be satisfied. Before the sun rises, you must bring the hand of San Roque, a trinket idolized by the Papists and hidden away in an old abandoned Spanish missionary, to his crypt to be buried with him. Now, you're kind of skeptical. The old mission San Roque was boarded up and abandoned when the Spanish secularized the mission about 30 years ago. In fact, rumors claimed it had become a plague pit after it was closed. Now, before you can fully voice your concerns, the lawyer continues. And sadly, I must advise you that the pursuit of said relic grants considerably more than the aforementioned generous monetary gains. The trinket is also a pivotal constituent in preventing you from succumbing to the same ailment that failed our beloved Mr. Felkner. Now, with that, the lawyer nods to your arms. You look down and notice that your skin has started to break out in black pustules. Suddenly, you feel very cold and afraid. Now, you all maybe turn your thoughts a little bit. Think about what you know. We're going to go reverse order. All of you have heard some kind of rumor about either San Roque, the missionary, or the mission, the old Spanish mission that closed down, or even Mr. Obediah himself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll all of you out some rumors that you might have heard. Now, Jen, you get to start first.
Mm-hmm.
The first rumor, if you want to go ahead and read that right there, it showed up in chat here in Foundry. And feel free to read that out loud so everyone knows.
Okay. Despite his notoriety for robbing wagon trains, the church allowed the infamous bandit Jose Murillo to be buried in the Mission San Roque cemetery after he alone was able to kill the dreaded hellboar. The supernatural beast had menaced the hills around Los Castores for months and was rumored to be immune to normal bullets and knives.
So that's one thing you've heard about it. The second thing you've heard, if you want to give that a read.
Many residents of Los Castores would comment on the beauty of the young Mrs. Felkner, especially given that old Obediah Felkner was considered a homely man, disfigured by a horrific war wound on his face.
Okay, give me just a second. I need to double check something real quick. Can one of you say something?
Something.
Okay, cool. That's right. I realized I had something wrong with my audio, but luckily it was wrong in the right way, so everything's working just great. So, next up, let's see, we need to click on that. And we need to click on this one. Jamie, here's the first rumor that you've heard.
A local fraternal order, the International Organization of Worldly Souls, holds their secret initiation ceremonies in the Mission Cemetery during full moons.
And the second thing that you know.
Those who knew Obediah would comment that he seemed obsessed with Catholic history. He has twice traveled by steamer back to Europe to visit their ancient cathedrals.
Okay. And Ashley.
Yes.
You know.
The mission is haunted by the ghost of the Tamian workers who died during its construction.
Now, the Tamian are the indigenous peoples of this area of California. So that's specifically what that's referring to. And the second thing you know,
The old road to the mission is guarded by the Black Cadejo, a spirit dog who attacks those who travel at night. The Cadejo's eyes burn red and its pelt smells like the gates of hell.
very spooky, scary. So the lawyer has given you your task. Recover the hand of San Roque and take it to the mausoleum where old Mr. Felkner is going to be interned. Have it returned before morning, before sunrise. Right now, we're looking at maybe 8 p.m. So you've got a full night ahead of you. The complication here is that, as he indicated on your hands and arms, it appears that you all have come down with the same ailment that killed old man Felkner. He points you in the direction of the old missionary. And says, well, you all have your task at hand. Don't let me hold you up, but if you have any questions or anything, any of us here would be happy to provide whatever guidance that we could. So, at this point, you've got your choices. You could question these people if you want to, or you can just head straight to the old missionary and start looking for the hand of San Roque.
I'm still not sure where I am.
Well, my dear, you are in my office. I'm a lawyer. My name is Cyrus Legrand, and you are in the city of Los, whatever the name of it is. And yes, I suddenly feel that I might have some regret recruiting someone such as you, but you did come recommended for your knowledge of how the world actually works.
Whatever you say, Sonny.
It was amazing, wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
So what are the other two? What do you two want to do? Any questions?
I'm ready to head out.
Ready to head out?
Yeah, let's just get on the road.
Follow
Sure.
the youngins.
Come on, Granny.
So, a waning gibbous moon peeks through indecisive clouds. As you arrive at the outskirts of the old mission, you become nervous that restless spirits have anticipated your arrival, as an unexpected fog now obscures the mission. Give me a second here. I got something for this. As an unexpected fog obscures the mission, almost as if she's trying to hide her secrets. Now, through the fog, you can just barely discern the outline of the entire area. A low, crumbling wall surrounds a graveyard, a decrepit building, the old church itself, and its adjoining bell tower. As you slowly scan the area, feeling a dread settles over you. It's as if reacting to your disquiet, the black pustules on your arm begin to itch and leak a yellow pus. Do you continue?
Nothing to worry about. I get rashes all the time.
Wonderful. Now, while this mission has only been abandoned for 30 years, given its level of dilapidation, it appears more akin to 5 centuries old. The adobe perimeter wall that surrounds the churches are crumbling, and in some areas they're riddled with bullet holes. The church walls are nearly concealed by tall grasses and ivy that's crawling up the bricks like wispy fingers, attempting to pull the structure back into the earth. There are some small barred openings built into the church, the walls designed to provide light and ventilation, and even some stained glass windows, which have miraculously stayed intact. Now, the church's main entrance is boarded up and chained closed. The ever-present fog continues to crawl along the ground, but some unseen force prevents it from ever touching the church walls, as if the building itself repels it. So yeah, as you're approaching, this thick fog, tall grass and ivy grows along the front of the church, just like the picture we're seeing now on Foundry. You can see the main church, you can see the bell tower, the graveyard there next to it with that low wall. And behind the church, you can see the remains of that old crumbling building. Where and how do you want to start your search for the hand?
What about that little side building at the back?
Okay, you want to go check that out?
Yeah.
They probably just keep it in storage anyways.
Yeah. So, as you move around the back, and let me switch the map for you here. Things should be happening.
Away from our spoopy picture.
Yeah. Come on, Foundry. There we go. So, we now have a new scene, the church. I'm going to move all of you here for a second.
Mine is stuck.
Oh, you might give a little refresh.
Mm-hmm.
As you move around the back of this church, I'm moving your tokens. You can see the fancy lighting that I have set up. You move further back behind the church. The fog is still thick back here, but as mentioned before, it never actually touches the buildings. You see, as you get back there, you can see the building itself. Give me a second to get the stream set back up correctly. You can see the building itself. I'm pinging it here to the north. But you can also see this old brick and clay oven. Man, Foundry's really acting wild tonight.
Mm-hmm. I can't even get it to pull back.
Yeah, mine keeps giving me like a dimensions thingy.
Okay, that'll happen depending on your browser dimension. You can just click the X on the red bar above and it should still load.
Okay.
I can see someone's rotating their token.
I'm just going to open the whole thing up again.
Okay.
I'm just trying to like zoom out a little bit.
Now, yeah, you see, sure enough, this old oven sitting back there. Red adobe, even once would have been used to cook bread or tortillas. It stands cold and long unused under the moonlight. But you do see on this building here that there is a door going into it. Do you want to enter the building?
Might as well.
Yeah.
So you all move up. Let's see if it'll let me do this. There we go. Now, the tall grass obscures the crumbling adobe walls of this wretched structure. The roof is falling and the rotting wood doors are propped wide open, revealing wooden floors covered in dirty straw. As you step in, you find yourself in a library. The room contains a table and a few overturned chairs. Animal manure litters the floor, and in the corner near the window are the remnants of a squatter's campfire. There's a bookshelf in the corner, and on the shelf looks to be 3 books. Also looking to the left as you enter, you can see that it continues on, and there's a couple more, chambers, quarters. This probably would have been where the priests or clergy for this church lived at. What do you want to do?
I want to go look at the books.
Yeah.
So the first 2 books seem to be just basic religious texts. You could probably sell these in town. Both of the books are in Spanish. The third book is titled The Brief Biography of Sanroque. Did you want to look through that book?
Yeah.
Sure. So, kind of the information that you immediately gather. I'm going to use another fancy tool. The main thing is the mission is named after Sanroque, the Catholic saint who protects against diseases and is the patron saint of dogs. So he's about dogs, so great guy altogether. Also, in the book, you do find some informations on baptisms that took place at the mission. I got a little handout I want to show all of you. And can I just narrate that? So, there, Lucreta. Why don't you go ahead and read what that else you find, this entry.
On this day, or on this 6th day of March of 1798, in the church of this mission, Sanroque, I solemnly baptized a female child of about 5 years, known as Archuleta, daughter of genteel parents. Oh,
It's still in the chat.
okay. To whom I gave the name Petra Maria. I signed Venancio Augusta.
That's Father Venancio Augusta.
Ah, okay.
Okay. You also do find there's looking over the baptismal records here, you can find references to maybe some of the Tamian people who were, baptized. And doing so, their birth names were removed and they were given, Catholic names. So there's a handful. You find that Tomalinquez became Clara. Mayasat became Yanez. Tupon became Manuel Joseph. Suslis became Maria Josepha. And I'm not going to pronounce that name, but they became Urano. So, that's kind of the information that you get out of that third book. Now, it's as Lucreta's kind of studying through this, the rest of you hear some kind of noise. Sounds like something maybe skittering, maybe something shifting in the very back room of this small building.
Sounds like there might be rats or a rogue hand.
Do you want to go check it out?
I guess so. You don't live forever.
So, Winona, are you going as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
Escort me, young
Somebody's
lady.
got to keep an eye on. Somebody's got to keep an eye on her.
So you pass through the other two rooms real quick. But you finally make it to the last quarters. Now, it's as they kind of walk into it. Lucreta, you realize you've been left behind. And you quickly hurry to catch up. But it's in this last room. There's several small open chambers, which each contain simple furnishings of the former priests who once used these rooms as their personal sleeping quarters. The plain wooden cots in the room are covered with moldy blankets. Now, within the middle of that third room, you hear a low growling sound coming from beneath one of the beds.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
You lean down to start calling for this cat. Let's see. Did I not make a handout for this? Oh my gosh. What am I even doing with my life? Hang on. I can fix this. Everything's fine.
There's nothing wrong.
I started to upload it. I never finished it. You see this small rat-like creature looking out from you from under or out at you from under the bed. It stands there. It hisses. Why don't we go ahead and call for our first test for the night? I would like you to give me an athletics test there, Goldie.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Goldie.
It's all right, kitty. You just need something to eat.
So,
Clearly.
okay, cool. So on your skill die, you rolled a 3, which isn't great. But on your wild die, you roll a 6, which then exploded in 2. So you get an 8. So you easily, almost unnaturally for this old, wrinkly, short woman, leap back as this small creature jumps out, trying to claw and bite at you.
Oh, bad kitty.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and enter the first combat of the night. So combat works a little different in this game. Let's see. So each round, you're all dealt a card. If you right click on the little fist, it'll give you the pop out so you can track what's happening. Let me get the stream set up so they can see what's going on.
Wait, what am I clicking on?
Next to the little chat, so on the icons on the top right, you're going to click on the little fist button.
Yeah.
And that's just going to show our initiative.
Okay.
So Goldie, this creature, leapt out at you. But it's your turn. You get to the jump on them. What would you like to do in this situation? You have, any action you'd like to take. You can even take a shot at them if you want.
Mm.
Or attack them or whatever. Try to give it a hug.
I better not hug it. Maybe we'll take out the gun and
Sure.
seem like you need punished, kitty cat.
I'm glad you got such a kick out of that, Ashley. That's fantastic. So yeah, on your character sheet, if you just want to click on your Colt Rainmaker and click attack.
Attack. I have shooting, damage, and reload.
This is going to be under the quick access section on the right. Now, in this game, you all can take up to 3 actions a turn. Now, there's a penalty, though. So you could shoot this thing 3 times on your turn, but you have to tell me beforehand how many times you want to shoot it, because it's going to apply some penalties. The more you do on your turn, the worse you are at it. So you just want to shoot it once, you want to shoot it twice, or you want to shoot it 3 times?
Let's give it a biff baff. 2 shots.
2 shot? All right. So when you click on that Colt Rainmaker, you're going to type in -2.
Nope, that's not it.
That's
Okay. I clicked the wrong thing.
Okay. You still took your shot. You're not skilled with shooting, so you really aren't good at it. And also with that -2, your final score is 1. So you shoot and it just misses. Go ahead and do that again.
Okay.
So you get another one. You did not good. Now that we've kind of seen your stats, in the future, I would recommend you just fire that gun once a turn.
Okay.
Because it might make it a little more likely to succeed. Seeing these 2 wild shots, they strike the walls, not even close to this little creature.
Whoopsies.
the turn passes to Winona. So, Jen, what's Winona going to do?
I'm gonna shoot the sawed-off double-barrel shotgun at it.
Okay, this is fantastic. Cool thing about shotguns is they give you a bonus to hitting things when you're up close, and you're up close enough to get this bonus. So go ahead and roll your shotgun attack. So click it, hit attack, or
I
shooting,
have
or
like
whatever it is.
multiple thingies.
Let me take a look at your character sheet. Also, if you ever accidentally close your character sheet, if you just click on your token on the screen, it'll open up your character sheet. So you click on your shotgun, and did you not take shooting either? You have shooting. So you're going to go ahead and click on the shooting.
I see shooting buckshot or slug.
Shooting buckshot. Ashley, why are you rolling investigator checks?
I wasn't trying to. Sorry.
That's fine. So you're shooting this thing up close, which means you're going to get, you rolled a 4, and since you're using a shotgun up close, it gets a +2. So you hit. So go ahead and click your shotgun again. And this time, you're going to click on damage. You're going to click on where it says buckshot short.
Okay.
8 points of damage. That's absolutely fantastic.
Bad kitty.
Bad kitty.
Or
So
whatever.
Might
this
have deserved
thing,
it.
what's that?
It might have deserved it.
So this thing, its toughness was way below the power of this shotgun. So as Winona levels a shotgun at it, pulls the trigger, where this strange creature stood now is just a smear of red on the floor and on the wall behind it. You've completely obliterated it, killing it in one shot.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, you all collect yourselves for a moment, realizing how incredibly ugly that creature was, and then it crawled out from under this large bed in the room. What all do you want to do?
I'd like to peek under the bed, see if there's anything
Yeah,
else
see,
down
is
there.
anything else?
Anything
Yeah.
in that kitty's nest?
So you peek under the bed,
Hope not.
and you find a weathered old book lying underneath there. Looking at it from where you are, you can see that the words, when kind of, that golden filigree lettering, whatever it's referred to as, is the title of the book, The Malleus Maleficarum.
Go ahead and reach under there and get that. Can't live
Sure.
forever.
You grab it, you've got the book in your hand.
I'm gonna pass it over to
Lucretia?
Lucretia. Read this, darling.
So, Ashley, in this situation,
Yes.
I am going to want you to roll research. So
Okay.
on your character sheet, just click on research and then just click on roll. Yeah, you got a 5. That's over the target of 4 we're looking for. So you find the entry. Did I not put this in? Hang on a second. I might have done a dumb. Get out of here, you. Oh. Gosh. Everything's terrible, everyone. You know what? I got copy and paste. Give me a second. You read it and you find this information here, and I'll have you read it out loud to your friends. Ashley?
I'm sorry. I've become convinced that the blight which has affected the Indians is not natural, but the work of the ancient demon. Oh, goodness.
Uh-huh.
Gilliklek, the unclean. The demon, the demon's followers, who now refer to him as the Fouling, were successfully exiled out of San Diego, but I fear they may have traveled north to recommence their blasphemous rituals. The foul demon must be threatened by the Indians' use of quicksilver.
So that's the information you find.
Okay.
You kind of poke around a little bit, and you feel pretty confident that there's nothing else really worthwhile finding in this building. What all would you like to do next?
Well, we should leave the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
The three of you head back out. And you're free to. You can click and move your tokens around.
Yeah.
Or if you want, I can just move them for you. So I can move them all as a group.
You can probably move them because I don't think it'll work
Yeah,
on my
because mine,
computer.
Oh, is it being dumb? That's fine.
mine's being spasmicky.
Okay. So yeah, you still found yourself. There's that old oven outside. Looking around, you can see that down here you can kind of down and towards your it would be your right. You can see that you could kind of move around the back side of the church, and it would kind of bring you up on the back side of that graveyard. There's still the bell tower, and the bell tower, as you all kind of walk past it, the door that was there is just gone. You can see some splinters of wood on the ground, but there's no door there now going into the bell tower. But yeah, you can move around back, come around the back of the like the graveyard, check out the bell tower, check out the front of the building, whatever you want to do. So what would...
Seems we're not the only ones here.
Can I look in the oven?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Maybe
you can.
another kitty.
Now, you kind of kneel down the top portion. So these ovens they had the divider in the center. You would start your fire underneath. It had the chimney that went up. And then you had the flat stone that you would do your cooking or your baking on. Now you kind of poke, the top portion of it's empty. But as you kind of look down, you kind of peer inside this oven. I would also like to notate here real quick, just for game's sake. You all do have lanterns, which you can use for light, because it is dark. By this point, we're thinking maybe 9:30, almost 10 p.m.
It's my bit.
But yeah, you kneel down, and you can see kind of poking out of the ash in the oven looks like a knife.
I want to grab it.
Sure. You pick up this old rusty knife, and it looks to be coated in dry blood.
Oh.
Old dry blood or new dry blood?
It looks old. Now, also, as you're grabbing this knife, you kind of bump against something else, and you see that there's some cloth in there mixed among the ashes.
I want to take the cloth out too and look at it.
Sure. Pulling it out, you actually find 4 sets of bloody clothes. 2 suits typically worn by Anglo farmers, and 2 robes that are commonly worn by the Tamian. Yeah, so you find these 4 sets of clothing.
How big is this oven?
It's good size. Like, you could probably crawl inside of it comfortably enough. I mean, there would be a large fire underneath and plenty of cooking space on top.
Looks like maybe somebody's trying to get rid of some evidence.
Or eat some people.
Oh, or that.
Or
If
both. Could be both.
someone would
Yes.
want to take a look at the clothes closer, I would like whoever it is, and you all can do this if you want, to roll me a notice check. So open your character sheet and
A
under
really
skills.
high notice.
Yeah, you can click on notice. You get some dice roll.
Take notice.
Maybe. Hold on, I gotta.
Maybe.
If you double click on your character, your
Yeah.
icon.
Oh, well, double click notice and it did that.
Nothing rolled yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not
So
Wait, I think I rolled twice.
Winona's rolled twice. Winona, I'm taking your first roll. You fail.
That's fine.
Lucretia.
I didn't. Mike.
okay.
Yeah, my
Go ahead.
browser's
Just
fast.
pop
Sorry.
back in maybe is the problem.
Yeah. Lucretia, you're going to knock it out of the park.
Okay.
Usually in this, our target is 4. And you've gone 4 over a couple of times. So you're going to get what's called a raise. So you're going to do pretty good at this. Same thing with you, Goldie May. You two knocked it out of the park. So looking
the
over
old lady
this,
beat me.
even the old lady beat you. It beat you by a
Our
lot.
old lady.
Like it is.
She's been here a long time. She knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're all checking these out, and you can see that this clothing and the blood marks on it, you can see stab wounds through the cloth with blood around it. And you can tell by the locations where these would have been on the people, they would have been lethal stabs. Whoever's wearing these clothing died of those stab wounds.
This was a fun church. Well, stop.
What all would you like to do next?
What's nearby again?
There's
What's
a
it?
cemetery too, right?
So if you head kind of down south, I'm going to draw a line on the overlay so you all can see it. It's going to be a ridiculously bright green. So if you move down, oh, that's a terrible arrow, kind of down towards the south, you can circle around the back of the church, which would kind of take you to the back of that cemetery. If you head back kind of up around the front, you could take a look at that bell tower, and it would also take you back to the front door of the church.
I vote cemetery.
Is that what you all want to do?
You guys want to do that?
Sounds good to me. Is there a
I
way
think
to
Goldie
zoom
will go
out on
along
this
with
image
whatever.
on my end?
Say that again. You both were going at the same time.
Is there a way to zoom out this image in my?
Just use the wheel on the mouse,
Mm-hmm.
and that should zoom in and out.
Oh.
You might have to ask Dan what he's doing wrong with his life.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen, what were you asking?
I was just saying we can probably get the old lady to go along with whatever. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Go to
you
the
all
cemetery.
move kind of down around the back side of this church. You can see the cemetery up ahead, but it's kind of as you make it to about where you are right now, you actually see there's a door hidden in this back alcove, kind of where I'm pinging on the map. Let me zoom in so the stream can see it.
I can't see that. I only see about half the map.
Yeah.
yeah, mine's weird.
Click onto, you're gonna click change scenes real quick. So click on like Obediah or America map, and then click back on Church Obediah.
Oh, oh,
Okay.
oh,
All right.
I don't know.
I
It
just
was
have the last thing that was red is like covering my screen. I don't know what
oh
was it.
refresh.
You didn't try turning it off and turning it on again.
Oh no.
Foundry was being ornery on us the other night while we were playing Alien 2. But you see, as you move around the back, it's all Foundry's fault. There's a little alcove in the back. And in this little alcove, you see there's a door.
Going in?
YOLO.
So you move up to this door. Let's see. Come on now, find the right words.
I'll accept the wrong words also.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Can you guys hear
So
that?
I did not.
you a story really loud.
Oh, is that what that was? So,
Or anything.
yeah, you find a door. It has a single plank of wood hammered across the front of it. But it looks like it'd be easier to get through than the front doors, which are thoroughly boarded up and chained. If you want to take a few moments, and if all of you want to work together, you feel confident that you could pry this door out, just rip it out, which means I would ask you all to roll me an athletics test.
All right, young ladies.
And since
Let's
you're
go.
all working together, go ahead and add a +2.
Hold up. I gotta pull that open. And an athletics, you said?
Yep,
Athletics and then plus
And a
two.
+2.
correct.
All right. Let's let that go for a second.
Your hair totally unraveled.
I don't see the plus sign on this damn computer.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you all pass it. So yeah, fantastic. Good job. You
All
all
right.
take your moment or two and you grab a hold of it and you slowly work this board back out of the nails. And you drop the board next to the door. The door will now open and you could proceed in if you wanted.
I'm going in.
Let's do this.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to move some tokens. I'm going to adjust the map. And my computer is going to try and take off. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so as you move into this tiny room, and it's tiny. I want to move you all in here, and you will see that it is a very tiny room.
I'm gonna take your word for it also.
Because your shit isn't working, is it?
I can see it on the stream, but
Okay, that works.
I'm
You can
sure
look
Yeah.
at
like,
it on the stream too. That's fine.
That's basically
my
what
hair
I
is
did.
disfigured because of the
Oh yeah.
thing, but okay.
Now, a fine layer of dust covers the furnishings of this modest sanctuary. A simple desk with several closed drawers is flanked by 2 roughly carved wooden chairs. On one wall hangs a tapestry displaying an image of a sunny landscape with 2 men in the foreground. One is a bald priest with brown robes, and the other is a Tamian man of prominent social significance. The 2 oversee several dozen Tamian workers clothed in white linens constructing a church. Affixed on the wall next to the tapestry is a shallow cabinet, which is padlocked. On the opposite wall, definitely out of place with the furnishings, is a garish stone gargoyle, carved without eyes. And in the creature's talons are 2 blood-red candles. Now, for those of you who can see it,
It looks like this,
it looks like this.
but it doesn't have eyes.
It doesn't have eyes. This is the picture from the actual adventure, but the description says it doesn't have eyes. So there was a clear misinterpretation between the artist and the writer. But it's fine. But yeah, you see this garish gargoyle sitting on this pedestal with 2 red candles, partially burnt, red wax seeping between its fingers.
I want to go check out the gargoyle.
Sure. And another thing that I would also like to point out is to the door to the north, or on the wall to the north, there's another door that looks like it opens up into the church. But sure, as Lucretia, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Good. I'm doing it right.
It only took you a while to figure out.
He
It
still can't
takes-
pronounce the other one though.
Maya.
Zamaya, that's it.
Zamia.
Zamia.
Amy.
So yeah, as you kind of move up and you take a look at it, it's holding 2 red candles. The claws are dried and actually red and white wax when you get a look at it. It looks like maybe over the ages they've cycled through candles and it's either been red candles or white candles.
You like some matches, Winnie? Should we
I'd say
light
you
this
should
thing?
have matches on you. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Should we light the candles?
Let's do it.
Oh,
Do
let's light some candles.
Sure. So you pull out your book of matches, you strike them, you light each of these candles, and the room is filled with a strange red glow. You know, normal candles, despite the color of the wax, you light it, and you just get light. This is a strange red glow. It looks eerie.
Mood lighting. Nothing else happened?
Mm-mm.
Let's break open that chest or that locker.
The cabinet on the wall.
The cabinet.
So there's a couple options here. You could try to brute force that padlock, or if someone has some lock picking skills, you could try and pick it. Or if someone wants to get really brave,
All have guns.
that's exactly what I was about to suggest. Someone could try
no.
and shoot the lock.
Do the shotgun again?
Not with a shotgun, maybe this time. We don't want to destroy what's inside.
Look. All right.
So how do the three of you want to open up that cabinet?
Gold, do you want to take a shot?
Maybe I'll get it with the Colt.
Sure, go ahead and make your shot.
Oh, here we go. Please
Oh.
hit it.
No. You
Bad,
got a
guys.
0.
Bad.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Would you please go ahead and roll that attack for me again there, Goldie?
No. The shooting?
Uh-huh. Oh, even with that, it's still a fail. So the shot bounces off the wall behind it and ricochets around the room. Luckily, it does not strike any of you. If that attack roll would have succeeded, one of you were getting shot.
oh my God.
One of you ladies should probably take this.
I actually want to go check the drawers in the dusty desk.
Okay, well, you
Sure.
know,
Maybe there's a key.
might have been the appropriate way to approach this situation, but can't live forever. You can't live forever. Come
Well,
on.
I don't
Yeah,
want
but I'd like to live a little bit.
You're like,
A
I'm
little
young. I
bit.
don't want to die.
Yeah. Just because you have maybe 2 days left, Granny. I got some time.
You look through the desk, and there's you don't find anything. Now, if you want to look harder,
Yes.
you could roll me a notice check.
Okay.
Holy shit.
She notices a lot.
Yeah.
It really does.
So,
It's all that book
good
learning.
for you, disappointing for me. You find that
Like,
one of the drawers has a false back. And you notice not only does it have a false back, it's actually trapped.
Wait, trapped?
Yeah, there's some kind of device
Oh.
rigged. Who knows what might happen. If you want to oh man, let me take a look, see if I know of any skill that might work good for this.
We just want to wheel it outside and blow it up.
I'll tell you what. I will take either common knowledge or trade to try and get this, whatever this trap is, to not go off.
Excuse me, young lady.
I'm gonna roll common
Oh,
knowledge.
you got it. Never mind.
Oh.
Okay.
She's like, no, get back.
Granny, no.
Don't
I
trust
can
you.
step away for 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay.
So you disable this trap. What you find was a bladder full of ink. And if you would have just removed the panel, it would have just hosed you down with this dark blue ink.
Heaven forbid.
Clearly revealing that you broke into the desk.
What in the Home Alone is going on here?
Yeah.
Mhm. Now, inside this hidden compartment, you find a prayer book written in Latin.
Yeah.
You find 2 additional letters. Oh, I'm sorry. I was not entirely correct. You do find something in the desk to begin with, and
Yes.
it's 2 white candles.
Oh, okay.
But the 2 letters you find inside, let's see, it's that one, and I'll show you the first one. I'm just going to hit show player, so that way it shows up for everyone.
Okay.
If you want to read what that says.
It's a deed. It says, in recognition of their efforts transporting the most blessed artifact of San Roque for the benefit of Father Augusta to consecrate in his newly founded mission dedicated to the blessed San Roque, the families of Benigno Salcum and Marcra Saltum are hereby granted by His Holiness all acreage immediately west of San Geraldo Creek to the edge of the Pacific for all use that pleases God.
Okay. So an old deed bequeathing all of this land to someone who's not Old Man Felkner, who currently claims ownership of that land.
Oh.
The second
Check that in the
thing,
back pocket.
the second thing you find is a letter. If you want to go ahead and read this.
Father Venancio Augusta, it has become the conclusion of His Holiness that heretical followers of the ancient and immortal demon, oh my gosh, Gutlek, continue to perform the forbidden ritual of blasphemous resurrection. True resurrection and eternal life are miraculous gifts bestowed only to the faithful that serve our Savior. As penance and deterrent of this blaspheme, the heathen followers of this forbidden practice must be enlightened or returned to the earth. Whoa. With affectionate regards, Father Jose Gasol, guardian of the College of San Fernando.
That sounds aggressive.
Yes. We're going to put them in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like you can these hands. Your ass is going to eat grass.
Yeah. So while Lucretia is reading this, Winona or Goldie, did one of you want to try something else with that cabinet on the wall?
I do not desire to do so. Come on, Winnie. Be brave.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so was there other things to open on it, or
Just it's
The
still
lock?
the padlock. Goldie tried to shoot the
padlock?
padlock and terribly failed.
I'm gonna try with my tomahawk then.
Okay, you're gonna walk up, so you're gonna give me an attack roll with that tomahawk.
Okay, it gives me the option to do athletics.
Yeah, you can take athletics. Athletics or fighting, whatever's higher for that.
Fighting would be, but it doesn't give me the option. Should I
Okay,
just
then
hit
go with
fighting
athletics. Oh, I guess, yeah. I'm not gonna try and figure out that rule. Just hit the athletics button that's on the sheet for it, or the button that prompts.
Okay.
Is it coming through?
Go. Computer hates me. Hold on.
Mm,
I'm gonna try again.
well, you.
Try it one more time.
There it went. Wow, you got a 10. Yeah, you did great.
All
You
right.
walk up and you smash right on the right part of this padlock, and the shackle just breaks free. Body drops to the ground for it, and you're now able to open this cabinet. As you do so,
Alright.
inside you see a painting of a robed man holding a staff, fending off a strange half-man, half-rat creature with mundane rats scurrying in the background. Now, it's titled in Spanish, San Roque defeats the legions of the foul.
Can I take a
Cool.
closer look at the poster or picture, whatever it is?
Yeah. Now, yes, you can take a closer look if you want to give me a... what exactly are you looking for? I'll give you options here. You can do a
Okay.
notice if you just want to take a look, or if there's something particular like a culty or some shit you're looking for, you can roll a cult knowledge.
All right, I'm going to roll a cult knowledge since it's got the rat people or whatever on
Sure.
it.
God damn, 22.
She's a smart girl.
You would
This is my-
recognize this creature, some kind of demonic spawn. Given the title, Sandroke defeats the legions of the foul. The foul, from what you saw in the other kind of books that you've seen so far and rumors you heard, are servants of, was it Gikalik, that demon thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is apparently some kind of demonic servant of the fouling demon. So that's what you kind of, the knowledge that you get out of that. So also I would point out that you haven't looked at in this room. There is a tapestry on the wall.
Yeah, I was going to ask, could I look at that one?
Sure. It's, let's see, tapestry is a bald priest with brown robes. The other is a Tamian man of prominent social significance. Two oversee several dozen.
We did already see this.
Yep, you saw this. Tamian workers clothed in white linen constructing a church. You do kind of look up and read it in Spanish at the bottom of it. It says Father Augusta and Urino, constructing the mission of Saint Lucia. Luca. I don't know how to pronounce that.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
We found some white candles and we noticed there's some white wax on the gargoyle. Maybe we should blow out the red candles and place the white candles on the gargoyle. See if anything happens.
Let's do this.
Okay. Walk me through what you're getting ready to do.
Go walk over and blow out the candles. Give
You
it a
do?
second
Mm-hmm.
so I
Candles
don't
are
burn
out.
myself. And then just pop those off of there. Put the white candles in there.
Sure. So are you pulling off both red candles and then you're putting on both white candles?
Do both hands have white wax on them?
Yeah.
It appears. Then yes.
Okay. Sure. This is fantastic. Everything's great.
Uh-oh. I don't like how that sounds.
What you want? Don't lie.
So
Wait. Stop.
as you grab these two red candles and you pop it off, this gargoyle's head shifts, looking directly into your face with its eyeless gaze, and it punches you right in the face.
Oh my gosh.
What a little
Um,
shit.
On your character sheets,
Brittany, no.
on your character sheets, what is your parry score?
Harry. Where's that at?
It'll be above like your quick access. Should be around like where it says toughness.
Harry, 4.
Okay. So it overcomes your parry score.
Brittany's gonna be on her ass.
And it deals 4 points of damage. What is your toughness score?
5.
Okay, so it punches you, but Granny, like, you know, a boxer, just absorbs it, takes it right on the chin, unfazed.
She's seen some shit.
I'm gonna give it that how absolute
Good
dare look
lord.
back.
It punches at you, and then it starts crawling off its pedestal towards you.
Oh no.
Well then,
So I think,
hand it back the red candles.
is that what you do? It takes the red candles out of your hand and it gets back up on its pedestal and it resumes its prior position.
Well, shit. But I want it to burn white candles.
You could
Right.
try and Indiana
What if-
Jones that shit.
What if,
Yeah.
can somebody be ready to, like, block it?
Mhm.
Anybody got a shield? I have a shield. Someone like to hold this in front of it so it can't bat me in the face?
Yeah.
So what's the plan? Someone's going to hold the shield up to defend your face.
Yes. Indiana Jones those candles in place.
Sure. I want give me an athletics test.
Well, that's not the test I want to give you.
Yeah, it would be athletics. You fail.
Granny.
I do.
Oh.
So as you
Ma'am,
grab
I'm here
one
for my
candle
beauty, not my skills.
and you pull this first candle up, before you can slam the white candle back into its hand moves. Who's holding the shield?
I'll hold it.
Okay.
I got
Who
it.
volunteers as tribute?
I want you to give me an athletics test. We're going to do an opposed athletics test.
Where do I change that?
So no, what you're going to do is just click on athletics on your character sheet and just do roll.
Mhm.
I rolled a 6. You need to do better than me. You rolled a 6. So when a creature initiates, when someone initiates an opposed test, that person wins on a tie. So it just pulls the shield down and punches Granny in the face
See in
again.
the face again.
No.
It misses though. Granny
sorry, I didn't
knows
mean to
it's
laugh.
coming, and Granny just fucking like jukes this thing just off to the side. It misses, but then it starts climbing back out off its pedestal.
What if I try to hand it the white candles this time?
It snatches, it's got one red candle in its other hand, but it snatches the white candle out of your hand and climbs back up on its pedestal and resumes its sitting position.
Should we see where? Well, is it trying to go like somewhere particular, or is it just going to attack?
Coming at us.
It looks very aggressive when it was doing so. So
Should we try to replace the other candle?
Let's do it.
Really? Oh my god.
who's
Do you
holding
want
the
someone
shield?
else to get punched in the face, Granny?
I'll hold it again as long as
Okay.
I get punched.
You're strong, Winnie.
All right, so Goldie, if you would please roll me your athletics again.
Oh,
Oh. We're gonna get our asses whooped by.
wait,
Oh, you
wait.
do it. You do it.
No, Granny.
Yes.
Old
So
lady
Golden.
power.
You know what's coming on. You pull the red candle out, and before that hand starts to move, you slap the white candle in its grip, and its grip just returns to its normal position. It doesn't move. It's now holding 2 white candles.
All right. All right. Now, you son of a bitch. I'm going to light those candles.
You light the white candles, and they're just regular candles, just shedding normal light. None of that weird red light that the red candles were giving off.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
God damn it.
Ugh.
You got punched in the face for what? For what?
But you have 2 red
For what?
candles, and these were the red candles. When
That's
you
true.
light these red candles, they give off that real weird red light.
It's true. Take them with us.
Okay.
So wait, what would happen? What do you guys think would happen if we just lit the red candles, but it wasn't holding them?
You can light the red candles
Granny,
now.
go ahead and try that. Do it.
Light,
Do it.
they want you to light the
Go.
red candles at your
Well, it doesn't
holding.
have to be her. I can do it. Like someone else can do it if she doesn't want to, possibly get.
I will take the
Yeah.
risk. I will hold this burden.
So sure, Goldie, you light the red candle, and it's lit. The gargoyle doesn't do a goddamn thing, and now you're holding this candle that's shedding this real weird red light.
Can I pop it in the lantern or something so we can
Yeah.
just walk around with it just in case?
You're
does
you're
something
carrying an oil lantern, but if you
Oh.
put it out, you could just kind of jam it in there, and I'll call it good enough.
No, I was holding clearly a candle lantern the whole time. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. We can say that Goldie's old school and was carrying a candle lantern. So yeah, you pop out your
None of this
regular.
newfangled technology.
Yeah, you pop out your tallow candle and you pop in this weird red candle. Now you have a lantern with the red candle burning inside of it. Now what? There's a door going deeper into the church, or there's the door heading back out so you could approach around to the back side of the cemetery.
In should we go?
Yeah, let's go in.
Sure. So, let me move you for those of you that can actually see things. Oh, I
see
don't need,
nothing.
I don't need to move the
Weirdly
gargoyle.
delayed, but I can sort of see it. Is that like a Gremlins gargoyle?
The image that I used for the monster was it was a gremlin in the system. So yeah.
All right.
So you move into the church. Let me describe a few things that you see. So you enter kind of where I'm pinging at now. It is a kind of dominating an altar, and dominating the back of the church, there's this realistically painted carving of a bearded man hanging from a crucifix. The man's body is pierced by spikes through his hands and feet. He has a laurel of thorns on his skull, causing blood to drip down into his eyes and face. And the carving is suspended over this altar. So on this back church is just your regular giant crucifix, very highly detailed in its painting. The kind of setting underneath of it is the pulpit, and on top of the pulpit is a large gold-plated box. So you would recognize like a tabernacle, like a donations box or something like that. In the main portion of the church, there's scattered and broken pews. There's two alcoves. The alcove to the north has a large stone sarcophagus sitting there. And then the alcove to the south has the kind of the baptismal font, this copper bowl on this stone pillar or stone base. It's tarnished green with age, but it's really weird because it's pushed clear up against the wall. And usually these things are out a bit. That way everyone can kind of get around it for baptisms. And then also looking further back, there's the kind of the entrance to the church. What do they call that? The nave. You could look into the nave. You can't really see anything from where you're standing at. You would have to move further back if you want to see anything. But through the nave, you can see the other side of the front doors of the church. What else do you see? Along the north wall, kind of across the broken pews up high, there's 3 stained glass windows. These are the stained glass windows that you saw from outside. They're in perfect shape. They're not broken. They don't even look like they're dusty. And strange light kind of filters through and down onto the ground of this area. What do you want to look at?
I want to go look at the what did you say that was, a sarcophagus up
Sure,
at
yeah.
the north end? Wait.
Let's go check out the holy water.
Oh, okay.
Take some with us.
All right, let's go do that.
Before we open that sarcophagus.
Good job, Granny.
So on the south wall, south side of this, in this cubby, there's a stone font. It's about 2 feet in diameter. Set into the depression on top is an empty copper basin. It is empty. There's no water inside. It's tarnished green with age. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the architects of this church placed this in a very peculiar location. Now, there is imagery on the front side facing you. There's an angelic creature protectively holding a sword over a bearded man with a dog. It's easy to make out. But the font, it's affixed too close to the wall. So you can see there's kind of some kind of imagery on the back side of this, but you can't get a look at it because of how it's butted up against the wall there. Let me see if I've got pictures that I can show you. No, not that one. Oh, I'll show you this one now. This was when you were in the lawyer's office. There's the lawyer, the widow, the madam, the muscle, the old dude on the bed, and then one of yours arms covered with those strange pox. So I forgot to show you that picture. So
One of us apparently has very hairy knuckles.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not judging.
Granny.
Be bothered to deal with that.
Let's see. Oh, we haven't seen that. Hang on a second. Things are being silly. Okay, here it is. So this is what you see on the front of this font. You see this angel, this guardian angel, holding a sword over a bald priest, and behind the priest is a dog. Now, the backside you can't make out because it's too close to the wall.
What's that dog got in its mouth?
It looks like bread.
Hmm. How about I take a water skin and pour just a little water in this thing and see
Sure.
if anything happens?
You put some water in it and nothing happens. There's now water in the baptismal font. Now, just pouring water in the font does not make it holy water. You would know you would then need a priest to bless it.
What if we hold our red candle up around this
You-
area?
Hold your red candle up, and I mean, weird red light, but nothing stands out because of the light.
All right. Sorry, ladies. Wasted your time.
Now, you would think if you applied the right amount of muscle, you might be able to scooch this thing out, maybe, or, knock it over if you want to be a little more reckless about it. What do
Let's
you
try
wanna
to
do?
scooch it out because I want to try to look at the thing more. So we should try to.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Each of you roll me an athletics test.
Oh, here we
And
go.
I will take the highest result from the three of you. So, let's see. Winona, you pass, while the other two fail. So, you scooch it out, and you scooch it out, and eventually you're able to see the back of this. See if I can find it. Now, excuse the picture. The picture presumed that you failed and broke this thing, but you did not. So just pretend it's not broken. When you scoot this thing out, you can see that the images of that same robed man pointing at a rat the size of a human. Now, this is where shit gets a little weird. The rat creature is reaching into the mouth of a goat and pulling out an infant from outside of the goat's stomach. The image was, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, you see Sandroke. You see this strange rat creature. It looks like that rat creature you found on the tapestry in the previous room. But the rat is pulling a baby out of the damn goat.
We got a goat symbolizing Satan and like the Antichrist popping out of there or some shit like that.
It's strange. I mean,
Can I do like a cult to like try to figure out more about it? Like,
Yeah,
can
go
I
ahead.
look at it
Yeah.
harder?
please do. What'd you get? That's at least a 4. Yeah, 4 you pass. I'll tell you, there's not. You did hear previously that there was some kind of ritual of eternal life or something like that, rebirth, something along those lines. And you're wondering if maybe this is part of that ritual somehow. Like, this creature is a servant of the fouling. And there's some kind of power it can bestow that gave kind of a resurrection. So those are kind of the clues that you put together from that.
Okay.
But yeah, you feel confident that's all the information you can really gather from this thing. So continuing on, there's the altar, there's the sarcophagus, the stained glass windows, and the nave. Is there anything in particular you want to look at?
Maybe the altar.
Sure. So you all move up to the altar. As I mentioned, there's the huge crucifix on the wall behind it. There's the pulpit. There's the tabernacle, the gold-plated box on it. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Give it the shakedown. Where's that piece of saint that's supposed to be in there? Maybe it's a hand.
Sure. You can certainly check out you know, because affixed the top of the altar is this gold-plated box. It's about 2 feet square. There's a ceremonial cross embossed on its closed front panel. And along the sides are 4 raised images of different animals. On one side, there's a horse. On the other side, there's an owl. Then there's a dog. And on the final side, there's a lion. But it looks like there's a... On the front where the cross is, it looks like there's a small keyhole, like it's locked. But what were you saying there, Goldie?
We should inspect the dog better.
Sure. Anyone who wants to check out this dock, give me a notice roll. So, looks like everyone but Winona passes.
Oh,
She's the muscle.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the brains here, apparently.
So, you realize that there's something weird with this dog. It almost looks like it's kind of like outlined ever so faintly with this dark line. And you realize that it actually looks like you could push the dog into the box. Like it's almost like some strange button. What do you want to do?
Well, as I have no self-control, I want to push the button.
That is amazing. Give me a second. I'm adjusting the stream's view. Go back over here and over here. I'm going to move you all back up onto the stage. As you push the button, on the floor, just right next to the door that you entered through, you see a trap door. And you push the button, and this trap door, it clicks, and it pops open ever so slightly.
Gonna go peek in there.
Yeah. It's like we peek at it.
Sure, yeah. You move up, you open the trap door. Give me a second, make sure I say the right words. You see there's a rickety ladder descending about 15 feet into a cramped pit below. In the pit, you see what looks like 4 long dead corpses tangled together, in this roughly 15-foot diameter room. There's a natural tunnel leading kind of towards the south out of the cavern, but it's been sealed off by a poorly constructed brick wall. Now, give me just a moment.
On the owners of our clothing.
That could be. The map should shift for all of you here in just a moment. And you'll find yourself, all you can see is the small room with the 4 corpses. You can see on the south is this crudely constructed brick wall. What do you want to do?
Well, ladies, I did bring dynamite.
Oh no. Let's not blow it up. But can I take a peek at the brick wall?
Yeah, so you climb down like a very crudely constructed brick wall. It doesn't seem to be really well constructed, so maybe with a little bit of force you could knock it over.
I want to push it.
Sure, give me an athletics test.
Oh shit.
Have Winnie help you?
Winnie, if you want to roll as well. Anyone who wants to help with this, roll in athletics.
Yeah, please help me.
Athletics.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you all kind of move, oh damn, Winona, you knocked it out of the park there.
Yes. See, you're the muscle.
I told you I'm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you you knocked this portion of wall down, and you can see it opens up further into a series
Like,
of tunnels. Now,
shoving statues,
Yeah.
knocking down walls.
You're doing the
Your
work.
priorities.
now you're kind of stepping over this tangled mess of these 4 corpses. Do you want to proceed further into the tunnels?
Can we check the bodies?
Sure. Give me a notice
Yeah, we
check.
will,
Anyone who wants to look at
obviously.
these, give me a notice check.
Yeah.
God damn, that's an aggressive dice
Looks like
throw
a
there,
very
Goldie.
coordinated one.
So Winona, you fail. Now Goldie
Oh,
and Lucretia. Now, first up, Ashley, I'll say you start looking, and you see that these 4 people, their hands are caked with the remains of like mortar. You're guessing these are the 4 people that built the wall. This
Okay.
wall inside here, not Trump's wall.
oh, stop.
Now, Goldie, you, like a true old woman, start peeling the clothes off these bodies.
Wait, what?
And you realize these clean white linens they're wearing, as you pull it up, you see that their torsos have all these stab wounds all over it. It looks the same stab wounds that match the clothes that you found outside. Which,
Well.
yeah, someone murdered these people and then changed their clothes.
Oh.
And then threw them in the bottom of this place.
That's weird.
Be a little
Yes.
precise.
Nice. So, that's kind of the information you get off the bodies.
Okay.
What all do you want to do next? Continue in
Going on
further?
in.
Getting out their door.
Sure. Let me select your tokens. You move in, and as you kind of move
Oh,
into these
shit.
tunnels,
No.
the tunnel.
Shit, so.
Let's see. The tunnels, they extend towards the south, kind of branch off. You can see they've been fortified by human laborers. There's old timbers and stuff like you would see in like an old mine shaft. Gouged into the earthen walls are scores of burial niches. They're filled with the loose bones as well as bodies wrapped in shrouds. There's a heavy layer of dust that cakes the floors. The cobweb stretching all around you suggests that this area has not been disturbed for several decades. Now, as you kind of move in, your light reveals that in several places, limbs from the bodies have dropped from the shrouds, and the dried flesh of the corpses is unnerving, as the leathery skin is a dark purple in color and covered in reptilian scales. And as you're all kind of looking at that, you notice that the pustules growing on your arms start to itch.
Gross. Can I do an occult check on one of the arms?
Sure thing.
Or see if there's something spooky about them.
We need a GTFO.
Shit.
Okay. So there's all these strange kind of like mushrooms growing in the area. You're looking at this. It's definitely, it looks like a human arm, yes. But whatever this affliction is, you thought like reptilian scales, but it's just like spots of peeling flesh, like you would see in an intense plague-like situation where the skin is almost like boiling and peeling off the body. You also kind of pick up with your 7 that you're looking at it without touching, but you can see that the bodies are covered in little tiny mushrooms, bits of spores, fungal growth. And you can see several of these have almost like puffball-esque traits. You're worried that if you were to disturb these, it could release these spores into the air, which would probably be bad.
All right. Don't want to do that. Could I peek in one of the burial things.
Yeah. So yeah, you look through these niches, and the same thing. Different rates of decay. They're all covered in these shrouds. They all have the same kind of like strange fungal growths. Any skin that you can see poking out kind of has the same thing as well. Oh shit, too old. Thanks for those bits there, man. What did we have? 500 bits is... I think that's a Benny for everyone. So let me go ahead and give everyone a Benny.
Yay.
Whee!
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a lot of Bennies. Thanks there, man.
From
No.
one of us really screws up.
Yeah, now you can use those Bennies for like rerolls and shit, so keep that in mind.
Yes.
But you can see that these caves, it splits into 4 ways. Do you want to explore further?
Only there were one more of us.
Yeah. So which one should we go looking, ladies?
After you.
Oh, okay. After me. Guess we'll go to the left.
It's always a great answer.
Yes.
Left to left.
You move down the left. I think from your character's perspective, that was the right, but you know, fuck bossed us. So here we are. You move down and you can see that there's all these burial niches and you can see these shroud covered bodies. You see that this body seems to be the one on the farthest wall. You can see the arm still, it seems to be not anywhere near as decayed as the rest of them.
So can I go investigate it?
Sure. Roll me that occult check again. Okay, roll me an athletics test.
Oh, geez. I don't like this.
You pass it. You're fine. You go to investigate
Oh,
it,
shit.
and you as you're kind of kneeling down to look at it, loose bit of rock slips under your heel, and you almost lose your balance there for a second, but you manage to maintain. But as you kind of steady yourself, you're looking at this. You see almost what you think is like a faint, like shift or a little bit of movement under the shroud.
Oh, no. I want to get back and tell the homies that thing's moving.
Sure. You step back, no problem. How do you relay this information?
I just tell them that,
Homies, back off.
right, that thing's shaking over there.
Do you want me to shoot it? Grab the
3
shotgun.
sticks around. Can we
Nah, we might as well shoot it.
gently
I mean,
lift up that shroud?
Okay.
Nah, it's supposed to be dead. We better shoot it.
You all step back. If all of you want to use your firearm, take a shot. You
I
can
don't want
just
to take any
go for it.
chances. I do not.
I just do
want-
the shooting buckshot, right?
Yep,
Shoot right in the face.
there's going to be a hit. No, Ashley, no. Goldie, are you going to try?
Restrain. I'm going to refrain.
Okay.
Not as
Oh, come on, Goldie,
you know.
do it. Come
So,
on.
Don't
Winona-
BS these youngins.
Winona, if you want to give me the damage, you're going to do buckshot
damage.
short for the
Not
damage.
just shooting it. Shooting it with a shotgun.
Holy shit.
Get it, girl.
Whatever what it was is gone now.
Just
As you
Which is funny
blast
that-
this thing center mass. Let's see.
I told you I'm the muscle.
Come here to be pretty and shoot stuff.
Exactly.
It twitches for a second underneath the shroud, and then it just goes limp. Whatever the fuck it was, you killed the shit out of it.
I'd like to go peek at it now.
Yeah, so I want to go do an occult check on it
Okay.
because
Are you doing
Huh?
anything extra? Are you moving the shroud?
Want to lift it up and peek.
yeah, I guess we could peek under it. It's dead
Sure.
now.
Those of you who move up, you lift the shroud. I want you
Oh.
to give me a vigor test. Now, this is different than the other tests. This is an attribute, so if you look up top where your attribute's listed, just click on the word vigor.
We just
Wow.
click on vigor. Oh yeah, I saw that. Did I do it? I don't know if I did it.
Now, this would only be if your character's stepping up. If you think your character's going to hang back, you don't need to roll it. But
I'm
you
seeing
all
two.
knocked it out of the park. Absolutely fantastic job. As Goldie goes up and lifts the shroud, you do, and you see these little fungal growths on the top start puffing out spores. You all see you leap back,
Nah.
No.
and you wait a few minutes, and the spores settle down, and you're able to then safely move the shroud back. It's a body. It's a dude dressed in the same kind of white clothing that you saw in some of the tapestries, the two white articles of clothing that you pulled out of the fire that were stabbed up. It appears to be a dead corpse now. It looks like it was dead beforehand. So something you would imagine, some kind of like animated corpse. You all maybe heard of, every now and then the dead might rise and walk around a little bit. This might have been one of them, and you might have just saved yourselves a lot of trouble by letting Winona get this thing before it
First,
had a chance.
question clear. He saw some attractive ladies come in and just got so excited.
Is that what we're going to tell ourselves?
Yeah. Clearly.
So yeah, you look around for a little bit, but you don't find anything else in this alcove of note. You move back kind of to the central intersection. Ashley, I saw that.
Yes. What?
Looked like a fun guy.
I didn't say that.
Who said that?
That was Jen.
Yeah,
Jen.
it wasn't me.
I'm trying to get my
disappointed.
DoorDash into the gate. Hold on.
Okay. So yeah, there's this now central intersection. You can now go right, or you can take one of the two paths heading further in.
Might as well go right.
So you all move towards the right. Same thing, another little alcove down here. And you see another one of these not quite so dead people.
Winnie? You know
Yeah.
what to do.
Winona, need you to blow some shit up again.
What's my issue? I'm sorry.
There's
I'm trying to
another
get my DoorDash
one of
in
these
the gate.
undead underneath one of these shrouds if you want to try and blast it with your
I'm gonna
shotgun.
pop off another shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hit if you want to give me your damage.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
talking too much. I can't leave my pipe. Keep my pipe lit tonight. I also can't fucking talk.
Oh, you should have heard me earlier.
Okay.
There we go.
This is
Okay.
exciting.
Oh
You don't do enough damage to finish this thing off.
no!
Well, look, guys, I can't.
Everybody
be
else
the
go
only
whip
one
out their
to
guns.
hear-
As that one and then another one of them in the room
Fuck!
rise up from their deathbeds.
No!
I still have dynamite. We could just say fuck it.
Yeah, but I don't want to
And,
die with them.
That moves us into another bout of combat. This one gets to go first,
Ooh.
and it's going to move up to Winnie.
Oh, Winnie.
Walking Dead.
And it's going to take a strong, clobbering, undead fist and strike Winnie. Winnie, I need to know what your parry is. And I can look it up because Winnie is getting her DoorDash situated. Winnie's parry is 6. So this undead tries to punch Winnie, but Winnie, you just use your shotgun to deflect the strike.
Fuck no.
Goldie, you're up.
All right. How far away are they?
We can actually measure that. There's a tool. God, we're so zoomed so far out. So the one that attacked Winnie is 10 2. Fucking Christ. We're going to say that's going to be about 10 feet from you. And
Okay,
the
so
other
I
one
can't-
is about 15 feet.
I can't stab it from where I'm at.
You can move up to it and stab it.
But then it's right next to me. I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Sure. The one next to Winnie or the one on its own?
One next to Winnie.
Okay, make your shot.
Oh,
One next to Winnie's the first we
don't
got.
hit
Oh.
Winnie.
You hit.
Yay!
Go ahead and roll me the damage on that.
All right.
I think I'm going to give up on my pipe. It is not staying lit.
My eyes don't always fail me.
So you shot. Oh, you rolled the damage for your bow. Why don't you roll the damage for your
Oops.
gun?
Okay, I guess. That's better even.
So you shoot this thing, and you can see that you stagger it. If we were talking in player effects, you might think that it's shaken. Oh, that's the wrong one. But it's not enough to drop it. Now, the one that you just attacked, it's its turn. It's shaken. It tries to roll to break free of the shaken effect. Doesn't succeed. Lucretia, what do you got?
I'm gonna shoot that one that's shaking.
Sure thing. Focused fire always helps. That's a pass. Yeah, 4 is what we want. So go ahead and roll me your damage for your gun.
All right.
7 points of damage. That's not enough.
Ah, jeez.
Winona, you're up again. There's
Nice.
one of these trying to punch you, and the
Alright.
other one's been shot once by
Can I shoot
Goldie.
it in the face?
You can
Just put
shoot it in
my
the face,
double
but
barrel
you're
right in its
you're
face?
so close to it. You're gonna take a little bit of a
Oh.
penalty. If you want to shift back just a little, then
I
you can
mean,
shoot with your shotgun. with no
Hand-to-hand
penalty.
combat.
Alright, so I'm
Equipment?
gonna shoot. I can't talk.
Now
Shift back.
you're gonna shift back. Okay, cool. So even if you tried to shoot at the other one, you're still in combat, you're in melee combat, so you still would have taken that penalty. But you moved, so you're totally great to try and blast the other one with your shotgun.
Okay. I don't know if my thing did anything because it's freezing.
I can roll that for you if you want.
I'll try one more time. Hold on.
Your 4 is enough to hit. 4 is what we're looking
Okay.
for, so give me that buckshot damage. That's what I was going to do. I was giving up on my pipe, so I'm going to get a cigar. That'll stay lit.
I have Taco Bell coming, but I don't want to eat on
You'll be
camera.
stinky all night though.
Ashley
Yeah.
will deal
Oh,
with it.
hey.
No, I won't.
Boom!
right
You
in the
sleep on that
face.
there couch, man.
You
Get
take
it,
your
Winnie.
shot right
Send it to its maker.
dead center in the face,
Ah,
and
Pop
you
that skull.
just explode this thing.
it's like that one thing in that guy going.
Yeah.
It's dead as fuck. New round, new roll of combat. Lucretia, you're up first.
What? Oh no.
In the face. No open casket for you. Yeah. that's-
Bye.
I guess I'll try to shoot that one over there.
Sure. Yeah. Roll your attack.
Not really shit else I can do.
4's a hit. Give me your damage.
All right.
You do enough damage. And you see it staggers this one. It's shaken as well. It's its turn. It gets to roll. It does break the shaken status on it.
No.
So, I'm going to roll me a d6.
Uh-oh.
1 to 2 is Winona. 3 to 4 is Goldie. 5 to 6 is Lucretia.
Ugh.
As it walks up to you, Ashley,
No.
and it tries to punch you in the face.
No.
It's
Why are
revenge
they
for
punching
shooting it.
Everybody.
It doesn't have anything else. But luckily,
That makes sense.
It swings and it misses. It doesn't connect. Passing the turn over to Goldie.
I'm gonna shoot it. Or is it right in front of me?
You would need to shift if you want to shoot it. You'd need to move away from it.
I'm gonna stab it.
Oh,
Sure
shit.
thing.
Oh, God. Oh, Granny.
Go ahead and make your attack with whatever your stabbing weapon is.
Yeah.
Good.
7 points of damage. That's 7 to hit. That does hit. It clears this thing's parry. So go ahead and give me your damage for that. Now,
Stab
wow.
the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
You-
get it, Granny. Get it.
Insert this knife right into this thing's eye. And as
Oh.
you stab hard and deep, you can feel its weight just
Eyeball.
give. And it falls back off of your knife blade, slain. And the remains of its kind of withery eye still kind of like hang off the tip of your knife. It's destroyed. Congratulations. You three have survived your second combat.
Yay.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
Survive.
muscle here.
Watch the
We get
next
other
roll,
people
we get
killed, not
killed.
ourselves.
But looking around this area, the 2 corpses you dropped, they don't have anything on them. And looking around the other alcoves, I'll tell you, you don't really find anything.
That's fine.
All right.
You head back to the central kind of area. Moving forward, do you want to take the path moving forward on the left or on the right?
Which way do you want to go?
The opposite way we can.
So you want to...
figure man with fists?
Is that
What's
right?
The
What we
that?
Cat
It
Coward,
does
right?
kind of look
So-
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it does.
let's pick a leg.
So which leg?
Left.
Yeah.
So actual left of your characters or the fucked up left that I did the
Me
first
looking
time?
down at the screen says left.
Okay. So you move down into this same thing. You see these corpses and these cubbies. You see one that seems like it might pop up like the others did. But other
We
than
don't
that,
need to shoot it.
I'll go ahead and roll for Winona because Winona's getting her Taco Bell. Yeah, that's a hit. And
All
let's
right.
see how Winona does on damage. Winona
Yes.
does not finish this thing off. Winona, you just shot one of these things. But I'll tell you what, you did do enough to have it start combat as shaken. And let's do this. We'll begin combat. Goldie May, it's your turn. You
I'm
also
gonna shoot it.
you also got Joker's Wild.
Hmm.
And what that does is when you roll a Joker, you're going to get a +2 to everything you do this round. You
All
also
right.
got everyone an extra Benny as well.
Cool.
So go ahead and shoot. That's a miss. Do you want to use a Benny to re-roll that?
Wait, you said it gives me a plus something? Oh,
It already did.
plus
the math.
and a minus.
Yeah, it evened out.
No, I'll just let whoever's next go next.
Oh.
Okay. Ashley, you're up.
Oh, geez. I guess I'll try to shoot it again.
Ooh, ooh.
God damn, yeah.
Oh. Go.
She's like, I'm
Or-
tired of these motherfucking monsters in this motherfucking dungeon.
12. Cool. Yeah, you're going to give me your damage on that one, but you're going to do something a little less special.
Okay.
When you click on your pistol, it's going to give you the little box. You're going to click the check mark for raise damage,
Okay.
and then you're going to hit damage.
All right.
because you did really good on that roll, so you get to deal a bunch of extra damage. You dealt 17 damage. You take careful aim right in the head, and you just splatter this thing,
Yes.
killing it. You've all survived another combat.
That there Christopher Walken Dead is now Christopher Dead.
Yeah.
Not walking in.
Congratulations. So, you all move back to the central area. After looking over that, you don't find anything. And you move down the final path.
And warp through the walls, apparently. A little bit.
Yes. So in this path, you do see one thing that catches you off guard. There is one of these bodies in these shrouds, and this body is, the shroud over it's clean, pristine, no dust, none of these weird fungal growing over it. Completely clean.
Is it moving?
No.
I will be tribute. And I will
Okay.
take that off.
So you move up to it, and as you all move up to it, you start smelling, it smells like sweet rose or something like that. A pleasant, fragrant odor is in the air.
That's me.
Granny's perfume.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the shroud,
Uh-oh.
all of a sudden next to you, a person appears.
Oh,
Let me show you a picture of this person. It's very clear they're a ghost of some form. They're ethereal. They glow faintly blue. But it's this pugilist wearing like standard kind of fighting gear. Fists are in the air. He's got this big greased handlebar mustache. His hair is combed back helmet-like with all of the, whatever the fucking shit they put in their hair back in those days was.
Pomade.
My
That's
first
it,
husband.
pomade. Oh, shit. State your business. State your purpose or speak the words.
Who are you?
So,
That's not our business, nor our words. Come on.
I'm a spirit ward, so now state your purpose or speak the words.
No one knows what word you're talking about.
Please
Yeah.
and thank you.
That ain't gonna cut
Magic
it.
words.
This is the last time I'm gonna ask you. If
Oh,
not,
shit.
it's gonna come to fisticuffs. So you're gonna speak your purpose and state the words.
What are we here doing again?
Investigating.
Looking
Looking for a hand.
That ain't gonna cut it.
Fuck.
You fucking say so.
Hang on a second, because we're gonna go back
How are we gonna
into-
fight him? He's a ghost. I don't like this.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Well, yeah, you also got punched in the face by a. I'm not surprised you're not scared.
Death is but another journey into the true realm.
Yeah, I'm not ready to go yet. Oh, get him, Winnie.
So Winnie, you rolled this Joker. That means you get a +2 to everything you're gonna do, and you got everyone a Benny.
Yes. I have to start spending those, I guess.
It is a one-shot. You can't keep them. As it's got this fisticuff. It's coming for you.
Should I punch him? I don't know. Or should I shoot him?
Yeah, like, is he still ghosty, or is he like?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and punch him.
All right.
I don't know.
Best of luck.
Just fighting.
Teach
Give
him
me
what
your-
for.
You're 5. It ties the parry, so the attack goes through. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Oh,
Look, I punch ghosts, okay?
Oh shit. When he got it
Wait, how do I
down.
roll the damage?
Let me take a look at your character sheet here. There should be somewhere an unarmed attack. Just roll me a D4 plus your strength. So roll me a D4 and a D8. I don't know if that's the correct way to do this, but actually, I'm sorry. Just roll me your strength. Just click on strength up above under attributes.
Hold on. I don't know if this went through.
I don't know if that's the right
God,
way to
it's
do
not
it, but that's how I'm fucking doing it.
Which one? Strength, you said?
Mm-hmm.
It's our stream. We'll do what we want.
As your
Yeah.
fist harmlessly passes through this ghost.
Son of a bitch.
Is that going to happen regardless of what she rolled?
Yes, I'm an asshole.
Does
Knew
that mean
it.
that he's going to harmlessly pass through us?
I see. I doubt that.
Winnie, what's your parry?
Oh. My 6. I think.
It punches you. You
Oh,
get your hand up
ow.
and defend yourself, but you can feel it connects, but it doesn't. The punch doesn't connect through. You block it, but you can feel something solid connects. So luckily, no damage. Passing the turn to Lucretia.
What? I don't want to punch it because it's not gonna do any good. Holy crap. Hold on a second.
Weapons?
Okay, never mind. Something spooked the dog. I think he
Oh,
rolled
okay.
over. Is there any way, like, can I try to persuade him to calm down so he can stop fighting
Sure.
us?
So I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to roll me persuasion.
Yeah.
If you pass, you got to pitch the speech. You got to tell me what you would say. Actually, no,
Oh.
let's do that the other way. You tell me what you're going to say. You don't have to do it in character. Just give me what you want to say. Do a character you want. If not, that's fine. Depending on how convincing your plea here is, I might give you a bonus or I might give you a penalty.
Oh, thanks. I don't know what to say. Please don't hit us. We're, I'm just a lonely scholar with my 2 friends here. We're just here investigating. Mr. Puglis, don't hurt us.
Give me your persuasion. Give me a flat persuasion.
I'm not good at this.
That's not gonna cut it.
Oh,
Passing the turn to Goldie.
I want to try to persuade him as well.
What are you gonna say?
Listen here, handsome specter.
oh.
Oh, you better calm down or I'm gonna blow this place to kingdom come.
You're gonna
I ain't got nothing to lose.
You're gonna take a -2 penalty on that one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We're doomed. We're doomed.
-2. Better have the best goddamn roll. No, it's a 0.
Oh,
I'm so
Yeah.
unpersuasive. I just persuade myself.
Round starts over, and this thing gets to go first.
uh,
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll me a D6. 1 to 2 is Winona. 3 to 4 is Goldie. 5 to 6 is Lucretia. Moves up to Goldie.
Well, hello there, sir.
Hang on a second. This would be a little weird. And it is going to do what's known as a wild attack. Now, you all can do this for melee attacks as well. You just click the wild attack button. Yeah, it's going to punch the shit out of Goldie.
Goldie!
Oh my God.
Goldie, what's your toughness?
Take me, Lord. I'm ready for the next
Take me.
5.
Okay, it clears by 5. Let's take a look at this. Okay, you are shaken and you're going to take a wound.
Oh,
So on your character sheet, you're going to click the shaken box, and for your wounds, that's currently set 0 of 3. You're going to change that to 1 to 3.
Ooh.
Now, the turn passes to Lucretia. Now, Lucretia, I'll
Yes.
tell you,
yes.
if you want to roll me, I'll say this for everyone. On your turn, roll me a spirit test. If you pass it, I might give you a hint.
All right.
You best do that there.
You don't pass it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you go ahead and still take your turn as normal, though. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. Can I use a cult to just like look at him harder? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Stare at him more so I can figure this crap out.
Sure, you pass it. You study this thing. It's a specter. It's ethereal. Obviously, it was placed here as some kind of like protection against that body that's still like clean and untouched. Usually, there's some way to either banish them or kind of weaken them. And rituals like this, it can either be done with like a certain kind of incense, burning a certain kind of candle, having certain kind of like fragrances, or saying certain command words. And that's the information I'll share with you. Are you moving
Okay.
anywhere? Or are you staying right where you're at?
Will he let me get close to the body?
You can find out.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Sure. You
Pray for me.
move past and up to the body. And that's we're gonna say ends your turn. Goldie, first thing that happens is you automatically get to roll to break shaken. You knocked it out of the fucking park. Goldie, you're no longer shaken, so you can now take your turn as normal.
I would also like to try to uncover that body. Decloth it.
Sure. I'll say you can move up. If you move past this thing, seeing as you didn't do like that occult test like Lucretia did, you grab the shroud over it and you pull it back. Looking at it, the body dressed in a brown robe, simple wooden cross hangs from a cord around his neck. The priest here, untouched by decay or age, looks like he might be sleeping.
Give him a slap.
That's a little too much for one turn.
Okay.
So we're going to pass over to Winona.
Let's see. Can I try and persuade him to tell us what we need to tell him, or I don't know.
You
Why he's
can,
there?
if you really want to try hard, you can try and trick him into telling you whatever these words are that he's asking you. Or you can try and just get him to stop attacking you. So tell me what you want to say, and then I'll tell you what to roll and if there's any modifiers.
Appeal to his dapper man nature.
Give me a second. I can't. I hate this.
Don't be embarrassed. It's just us and the whole of the internet.
See what's a strong, tough man in here? Garden.
Just a strong, tough man like you.
I only kill men. Okay, I don't.
I want you to give me a persuasion test, just a flat persuasion test.
I didn't get any. That was okay. Let's see how that went.
No, he doesn't fall for it. It's too late for charming words, Missy. I'm gonna have to rearrange that face a little bit.
Oh.
Next round of combat. Lucretia, you gotta go first.
What? Can I take a shot at the ghosty man?
Yes. Now you are right up next to it, so you're gonna take a -2 unless you want to move away.
Wait, can I try to tap the guy to wake him up
Sure.
instead?
You slap this dude's face.
I said tap. I didn't say slap.
Give him a slap.
Undisturbed. When you touch him, though, he's cold. Despite the lack of decay, he does appear to be dead.
Okay.
Interesting.
And that's your turn.
Yes.
So this thing, seeing that Lucretia just slapped this body,
That's not what I wanted.
I know, I'm joking, as you touch the body,
Deadly.
it walks up and it's going to try and punch the shit out of you. What's your parry?
What's my oh wait.
Yep.
Okay,
Jay
sorry.
Bruce is
Yeah, we got a
party.
Oh shit! Hey Jay
coffee
Bruce.
house hype.
Coffee house hype. Thanks for coming by.
My parry is 2.
Oh yeah, it hits.
Oh.
It deals 12 damage to you. What is
What?
your toughness?
Oh, geez. My toughness is 6.
Okay, not bad. It dealt 12 damage, so you take 6 of that.
There's a number 2 next to my toughness. Does that mean anything?
No, you want the
Okay.
the number that's in that box. That number
All
2
right.
is already counted in your toughness.
Oh, okay.
So it deals enough damage that you are now shaken. So go ahead and check shaken on your character sheet.
All
And
right.
you've also taken a wound. So change your wounds to where it says now 1/3. So just put 1 in that first 0 spot.
Okay.
Winona, this thing is beating the shit out of an old woman and a nerdy librarian.
Save us.
Can I try and I guess cast fear?
You can cast a spell. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
So you're going
Do
to
I
need
just
to
do
roll.
spell casting?
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. You got a spell casting. So yeah, go ahead and use spell casting. And then you can tell me what fear does. That should pass. Let me take a look at fear on your character sheet. Power caused overwhelming dread and horror. So I'm gonna have to roll on the fear table. I rolled that as you, though. That's fine. 5, it's distracted. This thing is now distracted until the end of the turn. So it's going to take some penalties. But you cast fear on it. It was successful to a degree. Passing the turn over to Goldie.
Okay. Did we determine that physical attacks aren't going to work at all?
It's
or
kind of
what?
looking like that.
Fuck. I don't know what to do.
Now, Lucretia, what did you kind of get from that occult roll you busted out earlier?
Oh, shoot.
What do we do, Lucretia? Lucy, help!
I don't remember.
So I said very clearly this is some kind of guardian spirit
Oh, yeah.
set by whoever to protect this body. Usually guardian spirits are in the ritual. Whatever they use, you can usually use to either weaken or to dispel it. Some of them use, you would know, like incense, maybe certain candles, maybe certain like fragrances. words of command.
Well, didn't we smell like roses or something when we
As you
came
moved
in
up
here?
to it, you did smell roses, and you
We
do
got our
have
red
those,
candle.
yeah, those weird red candles.
Can I aggressively shine the candle at him?
Yes, you brandish your red candle. Why don't you go ahead, and I want you to roll me. I want you to roll me a spirit test. So just click on spirit underneath attribute.
Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Clicking the wrong thing. My mouse is a little too aggressive.
5. This thing, like, as it puts its hands up in defense. New round of combat.
Oh,
Starting off with Winona. Now that this red candle has been brandished at it,
Yeah.
it seems like it's affected it in some way. Maybe your attacks won't be quite as useless now.
punch him.
Okay, I'm gonna punch him.
Sure.
Or try to.
Wreck his mustache.
Do you want to use a Benny to re-roll that?
Oh, Rick is handsome mustache.
Oh, we
So
don't
go
mess
ahead
up
and
the
click on the
mustache.
Benny on your, there you go. You throw a Benny out. And 4, this is going against this thing's parry. Doesn't clear it, but I will tell you what, as you go to punch it, it knows how to fight, it blocks it, but you can feel like your fists actually like connect with something. Like you get the feeling now that maybe these, attacking it will actually do something. Goldie, you're up.
How close is he to us?
He's right behind you and Lucretia.
Okay. I'm going to hold the candle in one hand
Uh-huh.
and a kniff in the other.
Sure. Give him a kniffing. Now, if
Good
you
knife
want-
have never hurt anybody, right?
You can hit the wild attack. You'll get a +2 on this, but if it attacks you back, it's going to get a +2.
No, I'll just do a regular stab.
Okay. Do you want to use a Benny to re-roll that?
Yeah, I guess. There we go.
Okay, and roll that knife attack again.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
We are definitely playing. Oh, wow. Wow.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
that was worth it.
whoa.
Okay.
I stabbed the fuck out of
You
it.
stabbed the fuck out of this ghost. Go ahead and hit your damage, but make sure you check that box that says raise something or other.
All right. Oh, raise damage. Damage.
8 damage. Open up. That clears its toughness by a decent amount as you stab into this thing. And it's just like, oh, fuck, as it just disappears into this mist.
Sorry,
it has been
handsome man.
defeated.
Had to do it.
And we end combat. The ghost is gone. It's given up the ghost.
Didn't.
Now let's shake down this here dead priest who's not rotten.
Sure. If you want to give me a make a pitch for what role you want to use, whoever wants to search this corpse,
I want to use a
No.
notice. I'm just going to check it
Okay.
out.
you can do notice. All of you are allowed to make a roll here. Just tell me what you want to use.
I want to use a cult to check him out some more.
Good. Roll it. And did you
Good
say
lord.
notice there?
Yeah, but mine's been. Yeah, did it?
All right, it didn't. I can roll it for you if you want.
I got it. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. It's actually Winona who gets this one.
Now she's smart and beautiful and strong.
Strong.
There you go.
Yes.
As you all kind of search the body, but it's Winona. You're kind of like going through the robes. Maybe you're, looking for a little coin, maybe not. But you find sewn to the inside of the robe a small hidden little pocket. And you kind of pull it in, you rip the threads, and you open it up. And there's a strange little trapezoidal bone. Looks almost
Sounds
like a piece of
Playing
bone.
D&D.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a piece of bone that was almost carved like a jewel, like with like the facets on it. But as soon as you pick it up, those strange blistering marks on your arm disappear.
Ooh, give me that shit.
Give me that shit.
Yeah, if you pass it around, when each of you grab it and take a hold of it, yeah, the weird blisters vanish.
Do they stay gone though?
Yeah.
Can I occult check it? I want to study it.
Sure, give me an occult test. Yeah, you did good. It's
All
very
right.
clearly some kind of magical artifact. Given the fact that it was hidden in this priest's robes, maybe of spiritual kind of significance of some kind. You're not exactly sure, but it's very clearly a spiritual artifact that has some kind of healing properties.
Okay.
Or magical artifact. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Divine. God. It's just catching in my throat. Divine of some form.
Okay.
But at this point, you all feel pretty confident that you've thoroughly explored this basement area.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So, give me just a moment. And we're going to shift maps as you all make your way back out. And you're all about to shift back to the church. But it's as you're all climbing out,
Whoa.
Oh no.
as you emerge from the depths of the catacombs, you hear a voice. And for some of you, especially you, Lucretia, it's very familiar. It sounds like the voice of Michael Fanton. He's a professor at the local college. And he calls out from the darkness. Forfeit the holy object to your feet, and mayhaps you all get out of this predicament with your worthless lives.
Can we be like, what object?
If you want to give me
About
a deception
What would that be?
performance, I think. You want to give me a performance test, if you've got it.
Nope.
Or persuasion. Do you have persuasion?
Nope.
All right, then
I
you're
do.
going to give me... We're going to let Goldie do this first, but then if you want to pitch in after to try and bail her out, you're going to just give me a give me a spirit test there, Goldie.
Spirit. I'm a spirited lady.
Yeah. Yeah, you do a good enough job. Never mind. You're all trespassing. So y'all need to get out of here immediately.
you.
Do we pretend to leave?
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're just, into weird shit. So we'll be on our way.
Go hide in the cemetery.
So as you all kind of climb out, now we've had problems with grave robbers in the past. So before y'all can leave, we're gonna have to search you.
Young man, how dare you?
Listen, I'm not gonna enjoy it any more than you,
No,
but it's got to get done.
No,
No
touchy.
Academia?
A young, unsoiled woman, and I plan on keeping it that way.
Listen, miss, I'm sorry to do it to you, but as he kind of brandishes his rifle and he points to a couple soldiers hidden behind some pews, it's this, you got to do it or we're going to have a real bad time.
I've had worse times.
Granny,
Look,
get the
she got
dynamite
punched in the
ready.
face by a gargoyle.
So, what's going on?
Who has the bone?
I'm going to say Winona.
Okay.
Winona found it.
We duck
Mm,
behind that there place where a priest stands at the top of the thing,
Sure. Do you want to do that?
and then we can start throwing fisticuffs.
Is this what you want to do?
That's what I want to do, but this is democratic situation here.
well, Winona's the one with the artifact.
She's
I
also the one
have
with the
it well
shotgun.
hidden, but and the whip, and the Colt, and the tomahawk.
You're well armed.
Girl, you
You
better
can-
get to protecting because I'm not.
I mean, essentially, you got three choices right now. You can try and fight it out, you can surrender, or you can try and talk to him.
I clearly I'm not good at talking. We saw how well that went. So we're gonna fight him.
Are you going with
We're
Goldie's
gonna-
plan?
Yeah. I'm
Take them bitches down.
so is he
Okay.
like coming towards me, or are we hiding
He's
or
standing
retreating?
back a ways. So I'll tell you what. Are you going with Goldie's plan?
Yes.
You all dive
I like the
behind
old
the
broad.
pulpit,
Let's show these fuckers a good time.
and then you're
All right,
gonna
Granny.
show these
Yeah.
fuckers a good time.
Says the
Jesus
woman
Christ.
whose shots be ricocheting off
Ancient
walls
old
and shit.
Yeah.
So I am starting a. Oh shit, Goldie, you got the jack. So everyone gets a Benny,
Yay.
and Goldie, you get a +2 to anything you're about to do.
Oh, about to shoot the shit out of somebody, I think. I don't know.
So yeah, if you're gonna shoot the shit, make your attack.
I'm gonna shoot or I'm gonna do a bad job.
Real quick, who are you shooting at? The guy talking or one of the soldiers
Mhm.
behind the pews? Okay.
Let's take out the boss, and then
Okay.
we'll get the ads.
Your 4 is a hit. Give me that damage. Wow, you
This
did
is
good.
what you get for not trusting an old lady.
You clear his toughness, and that is going to do math. Yep. Okay,
Oh.
that number.
Sort of a thing I think you as the DM are supposed to be able
Fuck
to do.
no, I'm supposed to be able to talk real good shit, on the fly. He takes a wound, and he's shaken. But unlike the others, those zombies you fought below, he doesn't drop. And now it's his turn. Oh, and he rolled to break shaken. He does. He
God damn it.
runs and he ducks behind this pew. And he is going to use his shotgun. And he's going to take a shot at you, Goldie. Now you're
Uh-oh.
hiding behind this.
No.
So he's going to have a penalty because you have cover.
I
Oh,
graciously await my end.
I rolled the wrong thing, so ignore that. And let's roll the right one. He's going to do shooting, buckshot. He hits the pulpit and does not connect with any of you.
That's
Winona,
the pulpit.
it's fantastic.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Sure, go ahead and roll it.
Do I do just the buckshot one again?
Yep.
So
7
up.
is a connect. I'm going to say I'm giving you a penalty because you're he's kind of behind cover, but still with the penalty, you still hit.
Shotgun.
It still hits. So this time you're going to give me buckshot medium for the damage.
Shred them bitches.
12 damage. That does some good amount of hurt to him. So he moves back to shaken, and he takes a second wound. So, this soldier from the pack is going to take a shot at Winona. He's got a Winchester rifle. He's shooting at you, and you've got cover, so he's taking a penalty. No, he does not connect. He gets a 0. I accidentally added something that's not supposed to be there. That's fine. Lucretia, I don't know why the fuck it rolled dice for you, but it sure did. It's your turn.
Can I yell at him?
Sure.
Like,
what do you want to say?
Like, have you had enough, or should we keep going?
That's fantastic. I want you
to
roll me a persuasion. He has been shot twice, so take a 2 plus 2 bonus on this.
Plus 2, okay.
Yeah. You're gonna pass.
All right.
Listen, I don't want to die tonight, and I don't want to have to kill anyone tonight. But there was a holy relic down there, and it is absolutely vital that none of you leave with it.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means there was a holy relic down there, and
What
I
does
can't
the
risk.
holy relic look like?
Well, looked like a small piece of bone.
Never seen it.
No.
Never seen it.
What happens if you leave with it?
Well, I'm not going to risk it, so no one's leaving with it. But I'll tell you, if the wrong people get a hold of it, it could spell a whole lot of trouble for the whole world.
How are you going to keep it safe?
We've been
who are
protecting
you?
it for generations. I am with the IOOWS, the International Order of something or other. You all would recognize it. Lucretia, very specifically, you saw a reference to it earlier.
Okay.
The fucking Christ. I saw it earlier. It's the International Order of something or other
Yeah, you said
Women's
that.
studies.
of women's studies.
Women's rights. W778.
International Order of Worldly Souls.
Okay.
Ow!
Your cat is attacking you.
Giving me a heckin' scram.
Your cat gets +4 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I wanted you to play, but not this. We're yelling at me.
It's spicy.
And you
It
remember
hurt.
your reference you got is they were tasked with protecting something,
Okay.
specifically from the fouling.
Didn't seem to be protecting it so well right now.
What do y'all want to do? He stopped firing. We're on a paused in initiative. It could pick back up. Our conversations could continue.
Let's keep having our powwow.
What do you want to say?
If you're protecting it, why is it here?
This is where we hid it to protect it.
It didn't seem so safe. We didn't find it because we don't have it.
Listen, what are you even doing down there?
Looking for some nonsense.
Some nonsense called the Hand of Saint Roque?
Maybe. I don't know.
Who sent you down there? Are you working for the foul?
The what?
The demon. Get clacked the foulness, or this is Chuck not remembering the name. He says the right name.
Demon worshiper to you.
I'm not a demon worshiper. We are set here to protect the holy relic and to keep the fouling from carrying out its ritual of rebirth.
How can you prove it? How can we trust you?
How can we trust you? I think you're agents of the demon. the foul.
Do we look like
No
we're
one
with him?
foul over here.
You can never tell who worships a demon. That is one thing I've learned in the organization. Evil cultists look just like regular people. Because if you walk around looking like an evil cultist, someone's probably going to shoot you.
How do we
Touche.
know you're not an evil cultist?
Ah.
I'm
Yeah.
actively trying to stop the evil cultists. That's, I mean, I don't. How do I know
But
you're not
that
working?
Seems like
Convenient
something an evil
excuse.
cultist would say if they're trying to throw us off.
Sounds something like an occultist would say. Yeah.
Listen, this is going in circles. You all need to surrender the bone, or we're going to start shooting again.
I think that shooting wasn't going so well for you.
Well,
Yeah.
So you got a lot more holes in you than we do. So
not all of us have taken our shots yet. All of yours have taken your shots.
we got more shots.
No, I got
Wouldn't
5.
we be familiar with
You have
Ashley if she
3.
works at college though? Like,
If you want to give me a, just give me a common knowledge test.
okay.
I shall return.
Okay.
I'm extremely common knowledgeable.
Yeah, Goldie Mae, you see him, you recognize him. Yeah, this is the dude from the college.
Wouldn't he know Ashley? Would they know each other? Would they be?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Lucretia did recognize him, so there would be some familiarity there. Yeah,
Like, don't you recognize any of us?
I do, but y'all could still be working for the demon. If you aren't working directly, whoever sent you down here must be.
Who sent us? Obediah?
You're working for Obediah
We'll get
Felkner.
a lawyer.
No,
Yeah.
no. Obadiah told us in his will we had to come here and get something.
The dead
I am
Obadiah
old.
Felkner.
Don't have time for this bullshit.
The dead Obadiah Felkner sent you down here to retrieve a
No,
holy
no,
artifact.
no, sir.
His will, then, his widow or something.
His lawyer with his will.
I'm just saying, I'm here to stop people from stealing that artifact so they can because they're wanting to complete an unholy ritual of rebirth. You got a dead man and a quest to retrieve a holy artifact. Listen, I'm seeing the writing on the wall. Are you?
I think we noticed something already. Seems like Obadiah doesn't own this land he claims to own.
Well, that may or may not be. I'm still saying Obadiah is working for the damn demon then, so that he can get resurrected with this foul spell. That's why I can't have you taking that artifact.
We don't have the artifact though.
Yeah, the thing that we didn't take already. We
Well, then let us search you so I can confirm you ain't got it.
don't touch.
Well, we're ladies.
Then stay here and I'll send someone and we'll have a lady here in a couple hours show up and they can search you.
All right. Well, we're
Look,
waiting for
that's
that.
not enough
We're gonna hang out and check out the rest of this here facilities.
Fine. My men are going to stand guard. Y'all ain't leaving.
All right.
So
Oh,
one of
while
them
you're
leaves
doing that
on
go
a
check out
quest
this
to retrieve a woman to search the 3 of you.
Female TSA agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stalling for time.
What do y'all want to do? Things you haven't looked at yet is the sarcophagus and then the nave. There's also the bell tower and the graveyard, but they're not going to let you leave the actual church to go into the bell tower or the graveyard.
Well, should we check out that there sarcophagus?
Sure.
Sure.
That sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus. So, Ashley,
Yes.
you have agreed to be searched, but not by a man. So they are sending to get a woman to search the 3 of you.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Wow, we're stalling.
So you got
Yes.
a couple of hours being trapped in this church. They're guarding
Yes.
it. They're not allowing you to leave.
Okay.
So you're all going to go, as Goldie said, going to go check out the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Discreetly tucked into an alcove is an ornately carved stone sarcophagus. Exquisitely chiseled upon the stone lid is the likeness of a bearded man, his eyes covered and his arms crossed. In his right hand, he holds a cross. In his left, he holds a rod with a lifelike hand affixed to one end. Carved into the side of the sarcophagus is the Spanish inscription, Father Venancio Augusta, Apostle of California, founder of Mission San Roque, 1739 to 1804.
Does he look like the priest downstairs?
Yes, he does.
So he's not in his sarcophagus. He was down in the basement.
That's certainly what it looks like.
I want to open it, ladies.
Now, this is a large stone sarcophagus. If you all
I want you to help me.
you're all going to need to work together.
You're like, bitch, get back. We don't want to do this.
Give me athletics tests.
Got this.
I was gonna say Winnie will get it.
Lucretia fails.
Listen, not
Did
here
mine
for
go,
that.
or is it being
Goldie
stupid?
fails.
Hold on. Let me do it. My stupid thing keeps disconnecting. I don't know if it's doing it.
Might give it another shot. Or if
Do
you want,
it.
yeah, it hasn't come
Hold
through.
on. Let me.
If you want, I can hit the button for
Hold
you.
on. I wanted to do it.
That's fine. I understand it completely.
I wanted to do the thing. Hold on. I had it popped out, so maybe if I do it from
okay.
here. Come on, there it goes. Okay.
Did any of you want to use a Benny?
Sure.
Just go ahead and spend your
Sure.
bennies. Give it another try. God damn. Lucretia.
Moment of like extreme strength.
Oh, wow. Winona, you're slipping. You're not making it. But
I'm tired. I've been doing a lot tonight.
Right.
all of a
Big pass it
sudden,
on to us.
a nerdy might overtakes Lucretia as she just shoves this sarcophagus lid.
It's the power of knowledge.
She's filled with a nerdy rage.
I want
Yeah.
to learn.
I want to know.
Inside, you see the skeleton of a large two-headed hound and the gnarled skeleton of a short man wearing white linens. The man's skull is wrapped with a red bandana, and in one hand he holds a scroll tube, and the other hand he holds it's like a rod that ends in the ornate brass carving of a hand. I've got a picture I'll show you all. But the palm of this hand has a opening in it that looks like something was set in there initially. You kind of look, there's a little residue, like a waxy residue or something like that. Like there was initially something set into the palm, but it's not there.
Maybe a candle or a bone.
It looks like it would probably be an exact fit for that piece of bone. But as you push the lid off, all of a sudden, the three remaining soldiers and the professor from the college come running over, panicked, and they all together yell out the words. Let's see. Let me find the right thing.
The power of Christ compels you.
That is not.
Eddie, why?
They all run up and they all in unison yell out. It's like a prayer. May the Father watch over us. May the Hound guide our passage, and may Sandroke protect us from the madness of the foul. And as their sentence finishes, you can see this large skeletal two-headed dog is starting to move and kind of stand up, but as they finish it, it lies back down. And he's like, oh my God, why would you disturb the tomb, the crypt of a dead person? And more so, you could have gotten us all killed if that thing would have fully woken up.
Well, whose fault is it that you didn't inform us of this information prior?
Why would you open up someone's sarcophagus?
Knowledge.
One.
We tomb raiding, bitch.
Yeah, that's not good to do. That's against the law and disrespectful. And he walks up and he takes the rod out of there. He's like, well, since you're all here very clearly, this is part of the hand of Sandroke. It doesn't actually have any power of its on its own. But when the stone is set into the palm, it has the power to drive back the fouling, as well as healing.
Say, how could that be a bad thing?
Well,
Sounds like a good tool.
it's a good tool, but the fouling wants to sacrifice it in their ritual of rebirth. That's why we can't let you leave with it.
Together, Chuck.
Yeah. That's why we can't let you leave with it, because they'll use this.
What if you come with us to town with it? We go, here it is. And then you take it up with that there lawyer.
You know, that's not an actually bad idea. When are you supposed to have it back to them?
Morning, I think. I don't remember.
Morning,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
This
soon.
morning or before morning?
I don't remember.
It was
I
it was
don't-
before morning.
Okay,
Okay.
before morning.
Yeah, that.
It sounds like they're trying to complete the ritual tonight before the sun rises. How about making up for you all raiding our tombs here? You all help us take care of this problem once and for all.
You say, ladies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Get rid of this demon.
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
down for whatever.
And he starts rummaging around in his pocket and he pulls out a pearl. And he wedges the pearl into the hole in the palm. Now, please hand over the bone.
What bone?
Fine then.
She's crazy. She's just old, okay? She's very tired.
Do you have the bone?
Those things.
Nudge, nudge. Winnie.
Should I give it to him?
I mean, we said we were going to help him.
Okay. So she just pulls out her bra here.
This is fantastic. And he hands it to one of the soldiers. You know
Secret
what to
lady
do.
pocket.
As the soldier with the bone leaves. Here's what I want you to do. Take this and give it to them. Tell them that this is it, and we're going to follow you there. And when their ritual starts, we are going to bust in and apprehend them before they can complete their ritual.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you hand it over. You have your plan. Let's see. The orange morning sun is starting to rise, casting long shadows from the headstones and crypts of the Oak Hill Cemetery. The individuals, you three, that were gathered in the lawyer's office when the adventure started late yesterday, are now crowded into the Felkner mausoleum. You all stand around Felkner's withered corpse, which now rests atop a closed crypt covered in a sheet. Curiously, Felkner's muscled bodyguard grips an agitated goat tethered with a simple rope as Felkner's young widow chants over her dead husband's body.
Well, this is a bit strange.
The lawyer sees you as you approach and excitedly turns towards you. Now, excellent. I feared you were already too late. Now, quickly, please hand over the relic. Do you hand it over?
All right.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. As you all moved into this mausoleum, the IOOWS people all took up positions around the outside of it. So I gotta do that. Hang on. All right. Oh, hang on. I forgot a person. Drop that there. Nope. Okay. So we're going to activate this scene. As you stand in this mausoleum, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and change something else. That way we can see all the map because there's nothing really worth hiding here. As the IOOWS dudes take up position around the doors and then some of the windows, ready for action to start. So you hand over the relic, and Felkner's widow snatches the relic and says, "Behold, with the saint's bone, the fouling will allow Obediah to be resurrected for a 14th time."
Whoa.
As she pulls the sheet down, revealing Obadiah's leathery, desiccated body. Using her knife, she removes a pattern of skin from his abdomen with surgical precision. She then offers the flesh to the nearby goats. All the while she chants to herself, "His flesh shall once again be made whole. His flesh shall once again be made whole. His flesh will once again flourish with life." What's up, everyone?
Should we
Y'all
shoot
nasty.
people?
Are you going to start shooting?
Maybe. I mean, I thought that was people outside's job, so I guess we'll just sit back and watch the show.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what we do. Reality is a facade, guys.
Thanks, Granny.
Okay. So, she continues her ritual while she chants, "The saint's flesh is commerce for the fouling." And then she powerfully crushes she pulls the pearl out now. It's supposed to be a bone, and she powerfully crushes it in her hand. She then sprinkles the powder. I've noticed some issues in this printed copy. Sprinkles it across the goat, as the goat is now bleeding in distress. And you watch in horror as the goat begins to transform. Its pelt peels away, and its limbs crack and expand. The bones bursting from within with a final pathetic squeal. An unseen force wrenches the goat completely inside out, splattering gore throughout the mausoleum. In the pile of bubbling remains where once stood this animal, you see a squalling infant. The widow picks up the child and coos, "Welcome back, Obediah." However, her motherly warmth recedes as you all notice a large, hairless, mucus-covered beast begin crawling out from the remains of the dead goat. The widow shrieks, "The ritual was flawed! The gateway of the souls has not closed. Otis, kill them."
Oh, shoot.
Now, before we get going, you see this
Boy, him's baby.
as this foul-looking goat creature crawls out of the abdomen of this other goat, and several other small creatures start clawing their way out as well. Did I mention that it's time for some initiative?
Kind of figured.
So, we're going to do something here. Click on this.
That's a bug.
Those are the additional little creatures that crawled out. And you can see the
Yay.
goat monster there in the center. As we begin combat.
Just a thought. We should let the goat monster kill all of them.
What?
So, first things first. The soldier outside the back window thrusts the barrel of his rifle through and takes a shot at the goat monster. And misses. The professor from the college bursts in through the mausoleum door, takes aim at the widow, and shoots with his shotgun. Does connect with the widow for 9 points of damage. Let me see what that does to the widow. That does give the widow shaken. It does not give her a wound. There's a lot of things going on. Next soldier runs in and is going to take a shot at the goat demon thing. It does hit. Shit, for 16 damage. Let's see. And that actually does give the goat demon shaken and a wound. So that was a good shot. Goldie, you're up.
Well, the professor shot at the widow, so I think I better shoot at the widow too.
Sure. Now the widow is holding this baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's monster baby.
Sure, make your shot. No, do you
Nope.
want to use a Benny?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, go ahead and re-roll. Oh shit, hey Bert, I'll catch you Saturday. Maybe Saturday? Yeah, Saturday night. Oh, you did worse. No, you miss. The goat creature is no longer shaken. And it is going to move up to the lawyer. And it is going to just belch out this foul green, just fucking grossness. And it's going to fill this mausoleum, and you're all kind of coughing and choking on it. While you're in this foul green smoke stuff, everyone's going to take a -2 to everything they do. And the lawyer who does not take any damage from that. Oh, there's too many just little dudes. I don't like this. He shoots at the goat demon and fucking misses. First of these roach dudes climbs at the muscle. And we're going to do a wild attack. And I'm going to guess that misses. It does. The muscly dude's able to easily dodge it. This one is going to scurry up to the madam. I'm going to guess that's going to miss as well. Yep. Lucretia, what do you got?
Shoot. Oh, give me a second. All right. Oh my gosh.
Gizmo's flailing.
Yeah, he wants to be held.
Like, Mommy, it's bedtime. What are you doing?
Pretty much.
Neck pump. You want to take a shot?
Sure. Can I shoot at the gizmo? At the goat thingy?
Absolutely, you can. So 4 is your target, so roll your shooting. Yeah, that's 8.
Yay.
So roll your damage, but you're going to get to roll your damage with a raise.
Okay.
8 points of damage. That does not do enough to do any damage to the goat, though. Do you want to use a Benny to re-roll that damage?
Sure, why not?
So spend your Benny, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click on the damage with a raise.
Okay.
13. That was a good use.
Yay.
That is enough to give it shaken again, but not
Alright.
enough to put another wound on it. The last of these roaches is going to scurry up to the lawyer.
And eat him.
Yeah, it's 11, so it gets to do damage
Oh.
with a raise. 14 points of damage. As this thing scurries up the lawyer and bites out his throat,
Yo.
blood sprays across the mausoleum as the lawyer falls back, slain. The lawyer's dead, which means he doesn't get a
Alright.
turn. The widow is going to scream in terror and is going to try and run out of the room, and she's going to end up not too far. I guess that's the madam. That's his mistress, and she tries to escape. The last, not the last. This soldier. Oh no, this is the muscle. He's going to try and fight that that dude by pulling out a heavy dagger and making an attack. And that's going to be a miss. Yeah, he fails. He's shaken. The widow is no longer shook. Okay. She's going to cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
It does go off. So, and she's going to cast it right at the door. She's trying to clear a path for herself. And that's going to raise. Okay, she deals 9 damage. So, everyone, so that's the 3 of you, plus the mistress and a soldier and the dude. You take 9 damage. So I need you to look at your toughness and tell me what your toughness is. So, Jamie, you take 4 points of damage, which means you're now shaken and you take a wound.
No.
Lucretia, what's your toughness?
6.
That means you take 3 points of damage. You're just shaken.
Okay.
Winona, how much? 8. You're just shaken. The professor is shaken. The soldier is killed by this.
Uh-oh.
Poor weak soldier.
And the madam is also killed by this, the mistress. All right. The last soldier, seeing this, is going to still take a shot at the goat. And he fucking misses. Winona, it's finally your turn. You easily break shaken. So now you can do something.
Who am I closest to? Is the
You're
chick
not.
that was trying to escape?
She's dead.
Oh,
She was killed by the madam. You can easily shoot at the muscle dude back there, the widow, or the goat demon, or any of the little cockroach demons running around.
I'll shoot the muscle guy.
Sure, go ahead. Roll me your attack. 8 is a hit, so go and roll me your... You're going to give me... Because this is with your shotgun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or were you shooting with your... I guess shotgun... Oh, you got your Colt pistol, too. I guess you rolled with your shotgun. So I want you to roll for damage. You're going to do buckshot long. 2 points of damage. It doesn't do anything. Your shotgun is way more effective up close. All right. New turn order. This dude is spooked, so he is going to run up to the closest window. He is going to make an athletics test. He busts the window out and starts trying to climb out through it. Lucretia, you're up. You're also no longer shaken.
Okay. Can I shoot at that lady up there?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll your
Gonna
shooting.
beat the shit out of us.
Do you want to use a Benny?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You get your damage. It's not damage with the race, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
7 points of damage. Her toughness is 7. She takes shaken.
Okay.
Winona, what do you want to do? You gonna run up and shotgun someone in the face?
Yeah.
How close do you want to get? Enough that your shotgun does full damage or most of its damage?
Full damage.
Sure thing. Who are you shooting? The widow or the goat?
Thingy?
Sure. Go ahead and roll your attack then. 12 damage. So you get to roll your buckshot near with a raise for damage.
Short.
Yep, short. I'm sorry. Yeah, short.
Did it go?
It did not. You might try that again.
Doesn't like me.
Oh, that's fantastic. 12 points of damage. That,
It would have been bad if I got like none.
yeah. That
Just
thing
let me run
now
up.
is
Oh.
shaken and it has 2 wounds. Goldie, you're no
Mhm.
longer shaken. It is your turn.
I have healing as a skill. Can I use that?
Sure, you can try. And are you trying to patch yourself up?
Yeah.
Give me a healing test. Do you want to use a Benny?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that again. Yeah, you heal 1 wound from yourself.
All right. Slightly less awful.
And this lady's dead. And this dude is going to take a shot at the goat creature again. They're doing real bad.
God.
Real bad.
Worthless.
Like, we
Uh,
just came
What are you even
along,
here for?
okay?
So the widow, she's still trying to clear the path for her to escape. She gets to deal and give me a second because she got a raise. 12 points of damage.
No.
So against the professor, that clears him by 4. It kills him.
Oh, good grief.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It gives him a wound. My bad. I was looking at the wrong token. He's got a wound. Now, as you fight creatures, there's some creatures that just, if you deal 1 wound to them, they die. There's the other kind of people out there, creatures out there that are like you all, that can take up to 3 wounds before they die.
We still got the skull on him.
Yes, let me remove that. All right, Goldie, with your toughness of 5, taking 12 points of damage, that is 7 damage. You're shaken and you take another wound.
Well, it's a good thing I healed 1.
It is.
Yes.
So, Lucretia, with your toughness of 6, you are also shaken and take a wound.
Oh, no.
So you're each out 2 out
Yes.
of 3 wounds. This soldier here is taking a shot at the widow because she's casting magic. Oh, he actually fucking hits.
Yay. About
And he
time.
deals 9 damage. He does a decent amount of damage. It is just enough to give her shaken, though.
Oh, jeez.
Now, this cockroach creature runs up to the widow and attacks. And that should clear her parry. And it does. These things are just attacking everything indiscriminately.
Apparently.
Dealing 3 damage doesn't do any good. The next roach runs up to the widow. God damn it. Everything moved.
Is the baby dead too?
We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
It runs up to the widow. It tries to attack her. It does not clear her parry. This dude is no longer shaken. Ooh, no, he is still shaken. He didn't roll high enough. He doesn't get to do anything. That guy's dead. The demon has its turn. It walks over to the woman. And it connects with its attack. dealing 11 points of damage to her. And that is going to be enough to give her her first wound. The last roach moves up, attacks her. And that is going to be damage with a raise. 10 points of damage. She takes 3. That gives her 2 wounds out of 3. All right. Who's going next? This soldier's going to take a shot at the goats. Such a long and drawn
Wow,
out
we got
combat.
raided with a party of 18.
Holy shit. Hey there, Nat 21 Adventures. We're running the Last Will and Testament at Obadiah Felkner. We're using DeadLands. This dude hits with his shot. And he does 11 damage to the goat demon, which gives the goat demon shaken. And the lawyer's dead, meaning we're now at a new round of combat. Sirius LeGrand is dead, so that doesn't mean anything. This dude is still shaken. She's dead. This thing's going to attack the widow again, so this other roach.
This is too intense at this point.
It's crazy.
It's like,
We need some raid.
That guy's dead. Goldie, congratulations. You're no longer shaken.
Yay, Granny.
And it's your turn. You've got 2 wounds on
I'm gonna heal my Lucy.
you. Sure, go ahead and make that healing test again. You want to use a Benny?
Yeah.
Okay, you do pass. So you can remove 1 wound.
There you go, baby girl.
Ashley, you roll
Yes.
high enough. You're no longer shaken. You can take your
Okay.
turn.
And I was healing you. So you get 1 less wound.
Oh, okay.
Lucretia, you have been
It's now
healed.
Baby Lucy.
down to 1. All right.
All right. So what are you going to do?
Can I look for the baby?
The old lady has the baby.
Okay, the old lady has the baby.
Yeah,
The widow.
the widow.
The young widow.
Baby.
Oh, the young widow. My bad. Yeah, the young widow. I get confused. You say widow,
I'm
and I
the old
automatically think old woman. I guess that's a problem I have.
Mm. I guess I'll try to shoot the widow witch
Sure.
lady.
Roll your attack. She's
Yep.
the one doing a lot of damage to all of you.
Yes.
Your 4 does hit. So go and roll your
Okay.
damage.
Bang.
Hey,
Please.
Rev Tommy, thanks for stopping by. 6 damage. I don't think that's going to be enough to clear that toughness. It's not. You want
No.
to re-roll your damage with a Benny?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
I forgot about that. All right. Since I have so many of these dang things.
No, you did worse. Still doesn't do
God!
anything.
No.
Dang it. We only allowed to do 1 Benny in a row or
Yeah.
oh, damn.
That guy takes a shot at the goat demon and easily misses. She is still shaken. That's not good for
Good.
her.
Oh.
This roach thing attacks. That's a hit against... no, that's not. That's a miss against her parry. This soldier's taking a shot at the goat demon. He doesn't. These dudes are useless. All right, Winona, please save the day.
Do your thing.
Yes, please.
Here we got what, the goat and the widow and the baby
Yeah.
and the roach.
Only someone
Shoot
had
this
something
baby
that could
down.
do some area of attack, like a stick
Oh,
of dynamite or
shit.
something.
Oh shit.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Winona is up there.
You can tell
Yeah.
Winona
I'm
to
up
get
there.
back.
Maybe you should
Winona.
get back, Winona.
You can take your shot,
Can I-
Winona, and then move back.
I mean, how much
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
space does
I'm gonna shoot
dynamite do?
some.
What's that?
What's the area of effect for dynamite?
Let's I'll say that area.
Okay.
Girl, you better get back. Get back.
That's a 9, so you get to take your damage with the raise. Or is that the goat or the widow?
The goat.
Sure, go ahead and
So
take
check
your.
the little raise thing.
Mm-hmm. 15 damage. That's
Damn.
fantastic. That gives the goat 5. The goat is now up. Let's see. Let me double check. Make sure I'm about to say the right words.
Sorry, goat, but I'm the real goat here. Thank you.
Yes.
Mhm. The goat takes a wound, so it is now at 3 wounds. If it takes another one, you'll kill it.
All right, I'm gonna scooch on back.
Sure, scooch on back. Did you move? There you go. So it's the
tried.
goat's turn. The goat's going to do something a little odd.
Uh-oh.
It's going to make an opposed athletics test against the widow. It gets a 5 because it's got some penalties because it's hurt. She is going to do an athletics test. She gets a 5. The goat is going to win this. The goat snatches the baby out of its hands and starts running towards the door.
Oh, I know it.
That dude finally gets out of the window and runs away.
Oh, jeez. Thanks.
This dude, he's going to shoot at the goat demon. Oh, and he fucking hits. It's a Christmas miracle. Holy crap. This good for nothing.
What?
Oh, I got a thing here. I'll tell you what. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who doesn't get to participate in this.
Uh-oh.
1 to 2 is Ashley, 3 to 4 is Jen, 5 to 6, Jamie. Ashley, you don't get to participate. Jen and Jamie, each of you roll me a d6. One, and then Jamie, if you would roll me a d6.
I did
What'd you get?
a 1.
So you guys rolled 2. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Critical injury on a roll of a 2 on 2d6. You shoot this goat creature, or this soldier shoots this goat creature square in its goaty nads. I know. It's fucking the rules. There's nothing we can do
Says that
about
in
that.
the rules that he has to get hit in the nads.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it does. Hang on a second. Things are about to get weird.
Just now, you think that they just get weird?
As the goat collapses, bleeding to death from a terrible wound in its junk. This fucking game. The baby.
Whatever.
Give me a second. I am adjusting a few things so I can tell you the right information.
And it's junk.
Oh my gosh. It didn't do the goddamn thing. Hang on. Technical errors on my end.
Oh no.
Save it in the right folder. All right. Nope. Things are getting worse. Things are terrible.
Uh-oh.
As the baby stands up.
Now it's a toddler.
Like that
And you
Twilight
see
baby
the
that smells like a
baby's
prince.
face. And this thing is goddamn ugly. It's got this strange, large, toothy mouth, this long tongue, clawed hands, just crazy old man eyebrows. The last of this roach attacks the old woman. Not the old one, the young widow. Oh, and it actually fucking hits. No, is that against its berry? It's getting late. Rules are fading. It does hit. It deals 9 damage. And that is enough. It deals the final wound to the lady. If the lady takes another wound, we get to roll a critical injury. Y'all better figure out how to finish this.
Yeah.
New round of combat. It's rolling. Hang on. This roach, same roach, gets to attack the woman again. That is a hit. Dealing 8 damage. That clears her toughness. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who we're excluding. That is Jamie. You don't get to roll a d6. Ashley and Jen, please each of you roll me a d6.
Okay.
Please don't roll a 2.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's just adding more.
The square.
How do I clear it?
You just
No, it has 3 over it.
just change that 3 to a 1. Just click in the text box, delete the 3, type 1.
Where?
Right underneath it.
Hold on.
In the chat one.
No, it just says 5.
Or you can do /R.
I'm gonna roll it for you. Will you get a 6? All right, Jamie, would you please roll me a d6?
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm reloading this. Maybe I don't know what I did.
Not a bad.
It just kept adding more. I'm like, I don't think I'm not doing this.
Who was that
correctly.
against? Was that against the old lady?
Free Felkner.
As this giant roach rips open her stomach and crawls inside as she falls to the ground, fucking dead.
Once you're born, you can't go back in. What is it doing?
Well, this roach is trying.
Oh,
Eat her from the inside out. Lay some roachy eggs.
All right. Soldiers are useless. He misses. She's
Just
dead. He's gonna shoot the goat. We know he's gonna miss. Yep. Is he dead? He's fucking dead. Oh, he's not shaken. All right, the professor is gonna walk up to this goat with his shotgun. And he's gonna miss. Come on. All right, Goldie, please end this for us. Kill the goat demon.
Stupid goat.
Oh, I guess the goat demon's down. It is now
What?
the
Oh,
baby.
yeah, I'm going to shoot the baby.
Yeah,
Shoot the
I should
baby.
have took my shot when I had a chance.
I mean, is that? No.
You did bad. You want to use a Benny? What's really sucks is you did a
Can
really
I
good
just shoot
job.
this baby in the face?
When your turn comes up.
Okay.
That was
worse.
worse.
The problem is the more wounds you take, the worse you get at checks. So this last roach starts skittering over towards Winona.
Oh,
And Winona It attacks you. It's not going to connect, though. Your parry's higher than that. This dude is running away. This roach is going to scurry up to Winona.
Better kick him out of the ABCD group.
He fucking misses. Ashley, what are you going to do? There's a baby.
Go kick that baby. Go punt it.
I suppose I'm gonna shoot it
Sure.
and fucking fail.
Why you gotta put that negative energy out there?
You pass.
All right.
Roll me some damage. You shoot this baby in the fucking face. You explode its little baby brains out the back of its head. As the baby wilts and dies, all of a sudden that dead goat that everything climbed out of, like a small like vortex, a black hole, starts sucking and swirling all of the gore, all of the corpses, the dead goat demon, the dead baby, the dead soldiers, the dead widow, the dead lawyer. They all get sucked into this, and eventually the goat kind of like sucks into itself on a singularity, and it's like boop, it's gone. As morning finally rises,
Hold on. Before
What?
you do that, I'm gonna say, baby, it's nap time.
as all of the dynamite on Goldie sets off.
Disregard.
Oh, anyway, you've defeated the demons. You've stopped the ritual. You managed to preserve the holy relic. You've saved the day. The professor thanks you for your work, and he says we might contact you in the future if the IOOWS is in need of assistance, because you've all proven yourself here tonight. And with that, you save the day. The adventure's fucking over. Congratulations.
Land.
Yay!
Oh, also, the will still carries through, and you all inherit all of that quicksilver mine. You're all going to be wealthy and well set for a long while.
Yay!
And that's it.
I don't need to find another husband.
You're going to have to find another husband.
I'm gonna go find some more books.
There you go.
Study up the occult.
And poor Goldie doesn't realize anything's happened. All right,
We'll help
that's
her
the,
manage her money.
yeah, that's the end of the adventure. It's fucking late as shit, so I'm going to kind of hurry this along. You're watching The Defenders of Kobold, Friday night, 9 p.m. Central on this channel, Basic Fantasy Role-Playing Game. Saturday over on twitch.tv/Free League Publishing, I'm going to be running some Forbidden Lands. It's 1 p.m. Central. Saturday night on twitch.tv/AllTheRPG, I'm going to be playing in Tales from the Loop. Christopher's running that. Sunday night, twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder, 9 p.m. Central. I'll be playing in some Shadowrun. And then there's a whole nother week of all sorts of shit beyond that. This here episode will be up on YouTube probably before sunrise. So if you, like what we do here, you can give us a follow, throw a sub our way, or you can hit this here link I'm posting, and it's got links to all of our shit. Ashley made it for us. She manages most of our social media. I still manage to get on Twitter and piss people off every now and then. So if I'm saying something aggressively stupid or combative, it's probably me. If it's nice and professional, it's probably Ashley. So anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks the three of you for playing in this. It was fun. You can catch these three on Watercolors and Warriors. Saturdays, every other Saturday, we are going to be moving this to Watercolors and Warriors to this time slot, Thursday nights. It won't run anywhere near as late. It's going to go from 9 Central to 11 Central. But that'll be later in the month. We're going to be doing Watercolors and Warriors Thursday nights. That way, we can get some more people hanging out. Thursday nights are a little more productive than Saturday mornings. Anyway, that's all I fucking got. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Let me get OBS plugged in so I can transition us to the end screen. Yeah, so until we see you again, start fires, do drugs, and go get your fucking vaccines. Deuces.